And we're live here at the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal.
This is Annabelle Lecter.
And we're joined by the returning
Hi.
Jenny Spain.
Yeah,
Hey.
Hello. Very good to have you back.
it
You
is
too.
great to meet you.
Great. You absolutely. You too.
So, Deadgirl, which I happen to have up here, is coming out. This is the 15th anniversary special edition. Comes out next week.
Freaking insane.
Yeah.
Not believe it. 15 years.
So, what's it like to go back and watch a movie again and talk about it again?
Oh man. Well, I'm kind of used to it.
Right.
It becomes a part of your life. But with the 15-year anniversary, because it was years ago, it was so long ago when we did the commentary. So
I listened to the commentary. When is the commentary from? Is it from years ago, or did you just do it?
no, it was from years ago. Oh yeah, it was. We did it in probably maybe 2009,
Oh, okay.
2010. Yeah.
I just rewatched it myself. I remembered I thought this was a very powerful movie when I originally saw it back then. And as we were talking about you coming on the show, I was telling the audience, like, this is an amazing movie. It's fantastic. And I revisited it, and it is at least as powerful for me today as it was then. It is hard. It's hard to watch.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe because with a lot of the stuff that's going on, in this world now, and then you have like the Me Too movement, and you have all of this stuff, that's going on. Especially, what kids are going through in school and bullying and all that. I think it really hits hard on, the things that are happening in today's world and society.
Absolutely. And it's I think you make a good point. Like, I'm sure things weren't perfect 15 years ago in the world, but it really has been. So many things have happened in that time. In America, around the world, there's just so much intense stuff happening. It's just like constantly coming at us from all sides.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I think if we were to have made that film now,
Yeah.
I don't I don't think it would be where it is now.
Yeah.
I think there would be a lot of backlash. It was hard enough when we were filming it, then, because we had a lot of people on production who didn't want to be there,
Yeah.
because of the content of it. They didn't want to see it because it was just so hard to watch.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about the Me Too movement. So you make it before this. What was the vibe on the set at that time? Was everyone cool, or was there anyone kind of creepy on set?
Oh man, well yeah, there were some creepers. It was a closed set. I did have some, people on set, because I'm nude through the film. I go through various stages of makeup. Even though I am covered in makeup and I have, prosthetics and all of that stuff on me, I'm still exposed.
Yeah.
And so I would have people just standing there, just staring at me, with their mouths dropped. And it made things just a little bit more unsettling. So I would, tell the directors, like, hey, I don't appreciate, these guys staring at me, because it was 99.9% mostly male.
Wow.
On set. So it was very challenging.
Yeah.
Very challenging.
So I'm wondering, with the Me Too movement, if you did film that today, what do you think would be your experience now? Because there is this, movement to be more protective of women on set. Like that's, at least that's what is promoted out there, right? And we hear that that's what's supposed to be happening. So if it was now and people were doing that and people were gawking and being creepy, are there more consequences for that now?
Oh, I absolutely. There's no doubt. Even though, you know, women, you know, still get frowned upon and looked down and, you know, not treated as equally as, you know, men. You know, it's really important to have a family connection when you are working with people, so everybody is just on the same mindset and, you know, respecting each other's boundaries and spaces and, you know, making it as comfortable as possible. And, you know, the directors, you know, they were trying to make it as comfortable as possible. And I would say, hey, you know, I don't feel comfortable. I do not feel comfortable. And they would, you know, bring them to the side and talk to them.
Now, you know, obviously you read the script and you know it's a graphic movie, there's a lot of nudity, but once you're there and you know you're in like a real place and you're in makeup and you're nude, how different was it from what you expected?
Well, I had to just mentally kind of put myself in a place where there was trauma. You know, growing up, you know, I've been through a lot of stuff. So, so I felt exactly where this dead girl was coming from. And I had to kind of build, you know, somewhat of an anger towards, you know, men to be able to just kind of get that, you know, that motion and those expressions and, you know, just everything to be able to produce and give, you know, what, you know, the viewers and everybody is looking for. So I just kind of had to put myself back into a place where I just kind of, I put off to the side and never wanted to go. But, you know, like with the movement, you know, I think this is a very, very good film to, you know, talk about when it comes to people opening and, you know, expressing themselves when it comes to trauma.
Yeah.
I also think it shows like how the other people, like they will go along with, you know, it's not like the one character doesn't just go and do stuff to the dead girl. He gives into the pressure, peer pressure from his buddy. And it kind of shows how that can happen with people who might not do something like that normally.
Yeah, it was, you know, Noah, he was in a full on, the entire time we were filming, just full on character. And it was extremely difficult because I'm sitting here thinking, going like, man, you are a fucking asshole. Like, please tell me this is your character and this is not you. But that's just the person that I was around the entire time filming.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, like I'm going to have to really fucking hate you in this film. And I'm really like getting there. Yeah. I did not like him.
No, it was horrible. It was, and that's part of, for me, that's part of the hard to watch. It's just not just facts and seeing physical actions happening. It's like thinking about that this isn't, yes, it's fiction, but it works and it's effective because there are people out there like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, I went through it, you know, I've got friends who've gone through it, you know, and I have kids and my kids, you know, deal with stuff and it's, you know, it's harsher with the reality of today.
Yeah.
And you know, like how I said, it's so important for, you know, people to discuss and talk about. And you know, this film is a great outlet when it comes to that, because I think what makes people feel so uncomfortable watching it is that it puts them in a place where they don't want to go. And that's just what's horrifying about it.
I really appreciate you, your honesty sharing that you've had these experiences. I think it's, like you mentioned, having the conversation, because these things happen and it's so hard for people to feel like they can be open about it, because there's still this ongoing, it's almost like there's a judgment against the people who it happened to. I think that's what people who've been through these things, it doesn't feel safe to say things.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's going to be judgment anywhere with anything. And, you know, you feel weak when you are trying to be open and trying to connect. But really, it's strength when you're trying to connect to other people. Because just sharing those things, it just livens and it helps other people adjust and deal with, things that they have gone through in their lives. And I try to explain with this movie, I try to explain it to a lot of people. I said, I'm going to warn you, this is very difficult. This is very, very difficult. And especially with somebody who has had maybe, somewhat of a background. It's the reality. It's just the absolute reality, and knowing that this stuff happens for real. This is real life.
Absolutely. Yes.
Would you listen to anything or do anything to get like in the mindset of playing the dead girl, before you would film?
Oh yeah. I would, well, first of all, because I wanted to connect with the people that I worked with. So we developed, a really close friendship. Also too, one of the guys, this is how close we became. This is how close. So I started my period and the guys were just like, oh man, you gotta tell us this, because, I'm nude. So I had one of the guys came with me to go get tampons.
Oh.
And that was so sweet. That was so sweet. Yeah. And, I didn't feel so embarrassed because there was just other people on set that understood. So I tried to just kind of have that balance of disconnect and then, a family friendship, because when you actually build that bond, you could be anything that you want to be. You could just let your mind go because you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about anything. No judgment. Everybody's doing their thing.
That's beautiful. And I think that's, on the set and in life, it's this idea of if you are around the right people and you feel safe, then you can accomplish things. You can feel good. You can feel good about life.
Yes.
The circumstances are like playing that role itself, just knowing the story, not fun, I'm sure. It work, right? You are an actor, you're working and making something amazing, but all of that subject matter could be dealt with because you had that space.
Yeah, everybody, does their own thing because everybody has different characters, different roles. And sometimes it's kind of hard to kind of understand, I was talking about Noah. I'm like, why do you gotta be such a but I gotta keep telling myself, I'm like, okay, this is just the role. This is him. He's not really an a-hole, but maybe he is. I mean, maybe just that was just so easy and flowing when somebody could, just know that part so well.
You definitely were so ferocious and amazing when you talk about this anger and hatred, and it is so, even when you're just laying there not doing anything, it's just, and not even moving, it's just this look, it's like, oh my god, it's just so scary. It's amazing.
Well, I was looking at going through all that, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at Shiloh and Noah, and I'm looking at them as people who actually want to hurt me. So you've got to put that fear, you have to really feel that fear and put your mental space and everything back into that position. And that is a hard place to be in. Yeah. And then come back out of it.
Yeah.
Without really hating them.
Yeah.
What kind of direction were you given, acting as the dead girl? Because, parts of the time you're almost, you're lifeless, but you're still showing a lot of emotion. And other times you're very ferocious and showing a lot of emotion. So honestly, it's a great performance. Not just you hear it really is a great performance. So what kind of direction are you given how to play the character?
Well, a lot of the stuff I did a lot of my own stunts.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I had a stunt woman that was on there, and I told her, I said, I really want to feel this. I really, really want to feel this. And so just let me do this.
Yeah.
And, the directors, everybody understood. And I felt just doing my own was the way of the dead girl.
Yeah.
Without somebody actually going and, taking my place, because that's not who she is. Like, you have to really feel it and be it. So with the chain around the neck, I had bruises around my collarbone, and Noah was really tugging. I was slashing my body around. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the direction was just being in the moment, being there, doing it all without having somebody else do it for you.
Well,
sounds like
go on. I just want to say real quick though, on the special edition, they have your original audition, and this is before you meet anybody, and you are playing the character right away, like just in your audition. It was really, and also I like your cat just comes into while you're filming your audition, and you actually use that. Like, I don't know if that was planned, that if your cat came in, or you were just in character and you just happened to react to the cat.
Oh no, the cat just came in.
Yeah.
I need to see this. This is
it's very cool.
I'm trying to remember it, but I think I picked the cat in and
the cat's walking by and you pick it up and kind of growl and yeah.
So I had to get into it. Yeah, with the audition, I had nobody really directing me.
Mm-hmm.
So the directors just, messaged me saying, hey, can you just do this? And so I did many different ways of doing it, and then also too, a glass of wine kind of relaxed me. Like, I can do this.
Yeah, and you're smiling nice, and then bam, you go into the character. Then you said, "Oh, and I'm Jenny," and you went right back into.
Yeah. Yep.
I was going to say, it sounds like the experience was cathartic. Most people who've been in situations of abuse, a lot of the times have no opportunity to really do much about it, right? Like it's root for the dead girl in my opinion, like, go tear people up, like, get them.
Yeah.
So do you feel like there was that cathartic experience to this role?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, that's just kind of how, a victim reacts.
Yeah.
That's the exact way somebody reacts after being abused for so long.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that a lot of people, weren't talking about it before. I mean, we had the feminists that would jump in and, talking about the guys and this and that, and I'm sitting here going, okay, you realize this is a movie. This isn't okay. There's no judgment on these men because they are not really doing anything. But, when somebody has something to say, actually, speak about an actual situation. But, with some people, they have a hard time disconnecting themselves from what's real and what's fantasy. you know, especially when, you know, like I said, with people with trauma.
Yeah, definitely.
How long for some scenes when you're tied to the bed with your arms out and ropes, or
Oh my
like
God.
how long are you doing? Because I've been on some film, very few, but sometimes a lot of wasted time in between, takes.
Oh my gosh. Just hours all day. I've had bruises and marks that were around my wrists, my ankles. There were times, you know, when the rope would get like a little bit loose and I would tell them and they would pull it as tight as they possibly could. So I was bound to this bed, you know, just completely exposed.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, no, I put everything of all the energy, mental, physical, everything into this character.
And it wasn't a set; it was an actual place they found, right?
Yeah, we filmed over at it was in Boyle Heights, over at the Linda Vista Hospital, which is now senior living. But this is where the actual, it was Nightmare on Elm Street was filmed there, Pearl Harbor, a bunch of Snoop Dogg music videos. And so the boiler room was actually the same boiler room as Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that's wow.
And there was a real place where they cremated people that I was right next to, like right to it. I mean, talk about like really setting the mood and being eerie, you know, like, do we really have to go this far? Being like literally right next to dead people.
Well, as you were filming it, any time did you think, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
You know what? I don't think it actually really crossed my mind because I knew that I was making a statement in a way.
Yeah.
You know, because that was my goal, is to, you know, make a statement and, you know, have everybody feel this character and feel bad for this character and, you know, connect and relate. And I kind of wanted to, you know, express a lot of maybe some of the things that I was holding on to and getting out, you know, into the open. So I felt it was just, you know, quite healing in a sense to be able to just kind of unleash all of that on my poor actor fellows, you know.
You do so well.
Hey.
I heard you say before that you thought the play. You didn't think you just outright say that it was haunted. So what were some of the experiences?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we were in makeup, and so these doors are really thick and heavy, and they're metal. And so there is no breeze, no wind, you know, nothing that's coming through this place because it's just so still. This place is just so old. Well, while we're doing makeup, you know, the door kind of like it was open and then it started creaking like it was starting to close. And I was just joking around. I was joking around with Jim and I said, hey Jim, let's see if there's an actual ghost that's here. You know, and so I said, hey, if there's somebody actually here, can you please close the door? And the door literally closed.
Wow.
And I said, holy shit, Jim. He goes, man, we've got to explore this place. As soon as we're done, we've got to see what our call times are. And we've got to check this place out. And I said it again. I said, okay, well, let's try this again. Let's see if the door opens. And it did. It creaked open. There's somebody here. Can you please open the door? And I said, I don't like the door closed. And it went,
wow.
All the way. It went like partially. And so, but yeah, you know, Jim and I, we, you know, on our time in between sets and everything, we would go and explore the place and we got some crazy footage. We got one with a at the very end of a hallway of an actual like a man. It looked like a tall man. It was just yeah,
Really?
the very end, and it was just this figure, this is the shadow figure, and there's nobody there. Nobody completely.
Crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you so that experience sounds just amazing. Did you believe in ghosts or spirits or anything like that prior to
Oh yeah.
this? Yeah.
Absolutely. Ever since I've been a kid, you know, okay, so I had a great aunt, and she was an actual nun, and she was banned because she was a psychic.
Wow.
They thought that that was the devil's work. And so she was a very sensitive, very connected, you know, to her surroundings and, you know, energies, elements, and spirits and all of that. And so growing up, I've always been so sensitive to where I could just kind of sense and feel my surroundings. And I know when like the energy shifts, the air changes. But yeah, I have had some crazy experiences. I did a thing with ghost hunters. I did an episode
cool.
Ghost hunters, and we were actually at the Queen Mary, and I had a Barbie doll that actually like twisted.
Wow.
A little ghost girl went and like took this Barbie doll. Was like,
wow.
Oh yeah, that was.
So that's something could people find this episode, I'm assuming.
It was uploaded on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I have been trying to find it. It was there, and I don't know what happened to it.
Oh.
But Chris Fleming, who is a psychic medium who was in Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, and all that, he's actually going to be in my new film that I'm working on.
Really? No kidding.
Nice.
All right, share more.
Yeah.
Good segue.
I believe Project Reject here was asking about that. Talk about the film you're directing.
Yes. I'm actually making my debut.
Oh, sweet.
This weekend, I actually start filming a few things. So the film, it's based around my best friend's death.
Oh,
and
sorry to hear that.
It is a crazy story with, you know, just greed, lies. I mean, everything. It's one of those things that you watch on Discovery ID. It's like one of those really, really crazy stories. And so we're doing kind of a mix of with her and then doing a little bit of a paranormal witness type within, you know.
Wow.
But
well, this sounds like wow. Just a little you've said. This sounds like this experience was very bad.
Yes. I actually this weekend I meet up with her mom. So we're going to be going over tons of things, and I got the medical examiner's report last night, and so I've been going through that. There's a lot of detail that's going into this, and I have a degree in criminal law and forensics.
Wow.
So her time of death is not right because she had already passed hours before. So in the film, I'm actually going to be calling her time of death as well. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out and servicing. There's going to be a lot of undercover work. So there's going to be like the jump scares. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. And I actually had a couple of the cast members from Sound of Freedom reach out to me, which is pretty cool. You know?
Is this something you've always wanted to do, direct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been in this industry for so long. You know, ever since I was a kid. You know, when I started in MTV, I've always been behind the camera, and I've always made stuff as well. And So I've been just kind of piecing together so many things with everything that I've learned throughout the years, and wanting to just kind of put my magic, because I'm a method actor. I'm a method actor. So I will put myself in places, in positions to where I'm actually experiencing it and feeling it, to where I could put that out to the viewers.
Are you going to be in your movie too, or
I am. I'm going to be having, because you're going to see me having to do the interviews. I'm going to be, you're going to see a whole bunch of crazy chaos and breakdowns and
Wow.
well, it's very exciting that
What
you're
kind of
making a
films
movie.
did your friend enjoy?
huh?
What kind of films did your friend enjoy?
Oh, she was major into horror.
Yeah. So she would be all about this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Her spirit has just always been carrying through with me. And before she passed, we were actually talking about doing stuff together.
Oh, wow.
We were supposed to like get a place together. We had, all these plans. And I know that she would just be so proud. Like, she's actually making me,
Yeah.
do this. It's just, it's overwhelming, but it's just so beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you have a website or a social media page for it yet, or is it not that far along yet?
I'm actually in the midst of creating everything for it. I had a Kickstarter. Our goal was 38,000 with the budget breakdown. We are just a little bit over 10,000. The goal ended on October 8th, which was her anniversary. So I'm going to start pushing that again. But a lot of this stuff is just out of pocket. It is out of pocket. I'm not waiting. We're, just going head on and doing it. Whether it's piece by piece. I have some amazing speakers too, as well, in this film. I got Brandon Novak from Jackass. I have Wes Gear, who's the guitarist of Korn. Aldous Wallace, who is an award-winning director and actress, and she's also an activist as well, for human trafficking, women and children. Let's see here. I got Chris Fleming, and then I have the director of Ghoulies, Swamp Thing, and Jim is,
Jim Wynorski.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of Jim Wynorski. Okay.
Yeah, it is jumping
Former
on
guest
board.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's happening.
Oh, very cool. And when you have the pages up, let us know, and we'll put them up on the website.
Awesome. I would really appreciate that.
Of course. Let's see. A lot of people happy to see you here. Hi all. Happy to see Jenny here. Fantastic actress.
Hi guys.
Project wants to know, do you still do tarot readings?
I didn't know I do tarot readings.
Well, you're learning about yourself here on the show.
Right? Or maybe this is the sign to start.
Is it like another part of me that I don't know?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I don't know. Tarot, that stuff. I mean, I don't know. There's some evil that can kind of just come out of that stuff. I have these angel cards.
Interesting.
But they're just spiritual, with your speaking with your angels and guidance.
Interesting. So how does that? We were talking. I don't remember when we were talking about tarot cards on the show recently. Maybe
yeah, because someone sent us some to show on the show.
But I don't know about angel cards really, so I'm really curious about what that is.
Yeah, they're just it's the same as tarot. You click the stack and you shuffle, but you also you place it on your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little saying, and so you could clear the energy that was in the cards prior, and then you lay at the card, and it's just like tarot, and it just gives you a reading, but it's from the angels.
Hmm.
And it's pretty accurate. It can be quite scary sometimes. You're just like, really?
Do you ever use Ouija board or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I have. Ooh. We actually had a Ouija board that was the original Ouija board from the 70s. And so there was a lot of history to this board. So you're thinking about how many people and have used it, or how many spirits and how much energy is like attached to this Ouija board.
Yeah.
My daughter, she had gotten into it and she decided to do it on her own at night.
Oh no.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to do that.
Has she not learned from The Exorcist and all other horror movies with Ouija boards?
It's like, really? Come on.
But
Just have to go.
how did that go? Did that last? I was actually, it's funny you mentioned that. A long time ago, Neal and I were using a Ouija board, and I wouldn't let him take it home because I was afraid he was going to use it by himself. It was.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. I necessarily don't believe these things, but we used it in a cemetery near me that's known to be haunted, and we got a lot of. It was very strange to me because we got a lot of answers, and they were like mundane things. So to me, like if you were gonna even unintentionally make something up, you'd make up something, crazy. And the one thing at the end we were at, because we were like over we asked him like if they were where we were, and it just kind of hovered over the board, which was kind of strange. And so I looked more into that cemetery, why it's considered haunted. And when they built the Cape Cod Canal here, it flooded. And so some of the tombstones aren't over the right bodies. And so then then the idea that kind of almost like didn't know when we were asking like if they were here, and it just kind of floated around the thing, I started to think, well, maybe that's why, because they're not like sure where they're supposed to be.
Rose off the board though, like just went.
No, but it didn't land on anything. It just kind of. I actually have the. I was playing with it for some reason, but
going a little bit. I know we're going a little bit off the rails, but I do want to add, this is really sad that it was a doctor, an old man who had a lovely life with his wife, and we were asking if his wife was with him, and he was hovering, and then found out that graves had been moved. So in our theory was that they weren't together because their graves were displaced, which would be really, I don't know if any of that would be true, or there's theories about demons are coming through boards and all this stuff, but whatever it was a very interesting and sad story.
Oh man, yeah, we had an actual demon that came through when my daughter did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to have a demonologist come through, and I had to do the salt around the windows, around the doors, just last for months and months. And this demon actually would mess with my my home security cameras.
Oh wow.
But whenever I was on a call with the demonologist, and I was trying to get, because I had access to my phone, and I was trying to send him pictures of, trying to, capture this demon, it would freeze. Every single time it would freeze, and they would come back on after I would get off the phone.
Wow.
So it was trying to make it really, really hard for me to connect and share any information with this demonologist. So we ended up moving.
Oh,
wow.
Geez. Wow.
Wow.
Did you get rid of the board or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it back to the owner.
Yeah.
I gave it back. Said, take this. I don't want this.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about how you, because I know in New Orleans and stuff, there's a lot of, displaced bodies, from Katrina.
Yeah.
When I used to live in Michigan, and I did a lot of stuff with Ghost Adventures, I would actually go and do investigations on my own. And so I was trying to do this, debunk this myth called the shoe tree. And the shoe tree was about some guy who would go and murder children and then throw their shoes up over the tree.
Oh, wow.
Go and try to debunk, this whole area in this site. So it was probably around 12:30 in the morning, and I'm in Michigan, and it's about 25 degrees outside. I'm right next to a lake. There's nothing else around me, absolutely nothing. And when I was done and I went back and I looked at the video, I got a demon's face. I got a demon's face in the video. It sounded like war drums. There was a school bell, and it sounded like a train.
Wow.
That was coming through. And that was the last time I tried to look for anything.
Yeah.
It was a demon. It was, I'll post it. I'll post it.
Yeah, please do. That's wild.
And I found out it was an Indian burial ground.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow.
When we did a walking tour of Salem a few years ago, it was really weird because I noticed all these tombstones were all just like lined up like dominoes. And then they told us that the parking lot we were on is the actual burial ground. And then they just moved all the tombstones and stuck them together. And I was like, it doesn't seem right for one thing, but it also seems weird that everyone's just parked over all the bodies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I felt horrible when I was, because I did a shoot out there, and the guy that I was doing a shoot with, he's a paramedic, and so they actually had to go through and label the houses when Katrina came through, of who was alive, who was dead. And he said that there's literally bodies that were just coming up out of the ground and just going through neighborhoods. And so they had to go and stack. There's an actual place to where it's just a list of unknown people, and it tells you how many, and they're all just kind of piled on top of each other.
That's so sad.
Yeah. But it was just, oh man, that place is just crazy. It's wild. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, the history of it is just makes you want to learn so much more and get into it, become a witch.
We mentioned Jim earlier. He actually sent me a couple things he wanted me to ask you. Do you remember? I'm sure you remember this. Jim Ojala did the effects. Trying to bite the jocks dude's penis, but the gelatin was so tough that you couldn't bite through it.
Okay, guys. Oh boy.
You know exactly what he's talking about.
Tough one. Nobody sit through and watch this one. Everybody's faces were like, ooh. Because the director said, hey, Jen, you've got one try with this. You've got one try. And it was an actual molding of one of the artists.
Yeah.
Ding dongs, And so I had to dig my teeth in there, and I had to like pull and just like kind of harder, tug it harder. I'm like, oh my God, this is so awful, man. And yeah, Jim, why did you have to ask that one?
It's funny now. I don't know how it was at the time.
Oh my gosh, that was just, I had to rip it. I was stuck in my teeth.
That was a great segue from the yeah.
Of course he would. Of course he would ask that. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Yeah. I think that was like one of the most traumatizing things to film on set, considering, like I said, it was almost, it was 99.9% male on set. So
what did you think of the movie? Did you see it with an audience the first time you saw it? Did you see it in the theater with people, or?
I did it, during our premieres. I did. We had our, LA. We traveled the entire world with it, and we had our world premiere in Toronto. Sold out at every single show. It was quite interesting because I had my dad and my brother at one of the premieres in LA, And I warned them. I said, hey, like, be prepared, be prepared. And so I was hoping that they would kind of sit us all in different places where I wasn't sitting next to them and, people feeling that uncomfortable. It's just kind of like, don't place us all in the same. Well, they ended up placing us in the same. My dad and my brother on each side, both eating popcorn. It was so, like, the tough scenes. I hear my dad like grunt. He's like, I'm sitting here like, okay, just trying to, like, face just turning absolutely red. Like, why? My brother was like, that was good, Jen. Yeah. Job. Oh. Thanks, bro. Thanks. I'm done. Yeah.
So, they also are interesting on the special edition from Unearthed Films, I should mention. They have the original 2010 script of the proposed sequel, which I didn't have a chance to actually read, but they had the script on there, which is pretty cool. Has there been like an updated script since then?
No, there was, there was just a lot of stuff that was going in between, because you had Trent and the directors, there's rights, and they wanted it written a certain way. Even though when we were filming, there was quite a few changes that was going on. So nothing was actually always, going by the script, because they were throwing in so many different things to see what would work. But it was just all the rights and how they wanted it to be and written. So it just kind of, now it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Has there been talks of doing it in recent years?
Yeah. They wanted me to go back and redo the Deadgirl, where she actually came from in the beginning.
Oh, it's like a prequel?
Yeah. So when we were filming, because, at the very end, we're asked, a lot of questions and stuff of where this girl came from. So we didn't want to give it away, but they wanted to do maybe like a stamp or a writing, that maybe she was, some kind of medical experiment, maybe this or that. But we just ended up just going with, okay, let's just leave it.
Yeah.
And let's just see where it goes.
Yeah. I like that about the movie. Wondering, why she's there, where she came from. And
yeah, it opens up. So it's like a whole new world of, possibilities. And, and you could, make a Deadgirl too, and you can make it however you want to, it's just, she's normal like this, coming in and things, happening to her, or maybe, there's other things that are going on. But, I like the fact of, having it open like that. I think it's...
Yeah. Did you yourself come up with your own backstory, like when you're making the movie?
I threw out some stuff. And when we were talking about with, the stamp and making this, they're like, okay, yeah, maybe we can go with that. Maybe we can do this. But we just ended up just leaving it the way it was. But everybody was just kind of sharing their own ideas of how they kind of wanted the story to go. Because it was just, just going with the flow of the script. But so it's so different when you have it visually going on, where you could actually see it. And then you start coming up with all these things like, oh, wait, hold on. Let's try this. Let's do this. And as much as it drove everybody crazy, on set, like, okay, we have a script. We're supposed to be doing this. And now you want to make changes. So, yeah.
Now, my question is, how much more did those changes affect you than the other people on set?
The only change that affected me was the dog scene jumping on me.
Oh.
That.
By the way, Jim also sent this in: scary Mexican hairless dog. But you.
Scary.
You know what? He didn't even have to say that because I was already talking about it.
Right.
I was already going to talk about it. And I know this, that I'm never going to work with animals again. Absolutely. But they wanted this dog, and I'm sitting there and I'm laying naked on this gurney and my legs are, hello.
Yeah.
And I've got the wrangler that's right next to me. And he's, telling this dog to jump on me. This dog's got to look, certain ways towards the camera. It's got to growl. Everything is just, got to be perfect. Well, this dog's nails were like 10 inches long with super freaking sharp. And he jumped on me and got right in between. And
Stop it.
And this is where I said, okay, we got it. We fucking got it. Like no more dog. No more dog. You guys got this. And that's when the guys were like, yeah, we got this.
Wow. Oh, and that's horrible.
That was it. That was just like my turning point of like, okay, yeah, I could go through being brutally, abused, but I will not go through being brutally abused.
Yeah.
And so I had to have like a little pit down there to feel it.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty. I just imagine everybody's faces, the same with like the penis. It was just, there's so much going on set that just made everybody just kind of cringe.
Did anything happen to the other people? Did anyone else have to go through anything like this? Who else?
No, only I did.
Oh.
No, I had to go through all the brutality of it. Just the other guys, all they, just the special effects with maybe like some blood and maybe the mouth and, just. No, I had to physically go through it.
Jim does say that you had both you guys have a similar sense of humor, which helped make things not so awkward when he had to put different makeup on you. And stuff.
So there was okay. This is funny. This is really funny. So there was a part where the directors were like, Jim, come here. I need for you to look at something. And so the directors were like, Jen, can you bend over? So I bent over and they asked Jim, I said, hey, her butt crack is too white. Can we darken it up a little bit? and Jim was just like, all right. I guess we're doing this. And I'm like, all right, do you need for me to like grab my ankles? Like, do I need to touch the ground? How far do I need to thread it? Just tell me. Just tell me how to do it, so we could just powder it up. And then also too with the merkin. The merkin. Did Jim ask about that one?
He did actually. Yeah. Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh. So, the directors would say, we need more hair on the merkin because this look like she's been there and the hair is just growing and growing.
Mm-hmm.
So Jim would literally like cut in little pieces and I'm like laying there and he's like gluing little pieces of hair to me. And so this merkin had to actually be glued onto me. There's like a little piece that was going up my butt crack.
Oh.
And so every single time I had to go to the bathroom, I had to tear this thing off and then it had to be re-glued. And then more hair had to be put on. And then the, like the like the rape scenes and everything, the sex scenes, a lot of the hair was starting to rub off onto the guys.
Oh, wow.
And so they would be like, okay, stop. We're missing some hair. Jim, come over here. We need to add more hair. more hair. And I'm asking Jim, where the hell are you getting all this hair? Where's the hair?
Maybe I don't want to know, but yeah.
No, I don't want to know. Sex artist.
That's why the dog was hairless. But yeah.
It was like trim. We got you covered. Yeah.
Did you get to keep the Merkin? I was just wondering if you could auction it off sometime or photo ops at a convention. I don't know.
Okay. So when we wrapped, I left a nice little gift in the hospital. So actually it was on the hospital wall. Okay.
Whoa.
So we had the penis that I bit into with the blood Merkin that I just like packed it up onto the wall. And I had a little tiny bottle of tequila that was sitting right next to it. Blood splatter. And I put Deadgirl was here.
Nice.
So
love it.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. We had which is quite interesting because this place is only open for production. So and there's 4 levels. And we actually, because when Jim and we kind of, stepped away from set when we had like a little bit of time, that time where I told you that we were going to be exploring.
Yeah.
So we went up, a couple flights and opened up this door, and there was a soft porn that was filming. And get this. So there was a mattress that was outside by the dumpsters that they literally pulled from the dumpster and they used it. And this softcore porn that they were doing on this nasty ground. Yep. And so Jim, we like open up the door. We're like, oh shit. This guy standing right there, security, they immediately closes it. Hey, you can't be here. This is a closed set. We're just like,
we figured that out. Thank you.
Hold on. Wait, is that the mattress I just saw? Like, is that really happening?
They only put it outside to air it out, and people just continually revolve through using it.
Oh God, it was.
This permanent fixture for their porns.
Now we have to track
Free
down that
cop,
movie.
Man, free cop, down at the dumpster. You never know what you'll find. Who knows? But yeah, that was pretty. That was pretty epic.
I wonder what they would have thought if they came down and saw what was going on with you guys.
We did. We actually had some people that came down.
Really?
Going on, and we said, this is a closed set, you can't come in here. But we had some people who just kind of stood off to the side and tried to see what was going on. And I would say to the guys, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable, and I especially did not feel comfortable with a lot of the guys just standing around watching me.
Yeah.
The gun wrangler that was in there, and I had a huge issue with him, a huge issue. And I made sure that he was not going to be there, when I was filming, that he was not going to be next to me, because there were times where he would just stand there and just stare at me. And there was a time where I was tied up, and he would like rub my arm and say, how are you doing? Okay. And just
that's awful.
Like, gross, dude. Like, do you really want me to fucking like go at you? Like, you don't fuck with the Deadgirl, man. Don't.
Seems like there'd be a lot of obviously you're really proud of the movie. It's a great movie, but seems like there'd be a lot of mixed feelings right after you make it, because there's like some great fun experiences with Jim, walk around looking for ghosts, and then some not so great experiences.
Well, I mean, that's going to be anywhere. That's going to be with any production. There's always going to have those ups and downs. You're going to have those people. You're not going to have those people. But it's really, you know, I want to say like more of the outsiders. You know, the ones that aren't
right, not the core group of people actually making the movie.
Exactly, and you know that don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Who haven't seen the script or even know what the movie is about. But yeah, when it comes to that, it just there are boundaries, there are limits.
Yeah.
And they're only supposed to be on set for a certain amount of time, and then that's it. They need to leave.
How are you doing physically?
Oh,
I know health wise, you had a lot of issues a few years ago.
Yeah, cancer. I'm doing all right. I'm still dealing with it, still going through it. I don't talk about it much.
I'm sorry to bring it up if you don't want to talk.
No, it's okay. It's absolutely it's okay. You know, it's one of those things to where if you think about it so much, it'll drag you down, put you in a depression, and that's exactly where I was going with it. Because I was in a constant amount of pain that I just could not escape. And was just bringing everything around me just down. Physically, just everything. You know, after my last surgery, a lot of the pain relief kind of, you know, left. I still have issues. My body, you know, certain things want to work, certain things don't want to work. But you know what? That happens when we get older, though, too. So it just hit me. I'm going through it before you guys go through it. But you know, with all of the stuff that we go through, all of these challenges, you know, we got to be grateful for it. You know, we got to be grateful for any challenge, hard time, because it humbles us. It humbles us, and it makes us more compassionate towards other people and how we react to other people and how we respond. Because we don't want other people to feel the way that, you know, how you feel, how I feel, you know. It's just, you know, it's just being so good to other people. So when you experience how you go through it, it changes you. I'm going to say better. Absolutely. 100%.
Well, you have a great attitude and you look very healthy.
Thank you.
So the 15th, I think it comes out the 24th, the 15th anniversary of Deadgirl, which I'll bring down here. So it's got the cool slip cover, and then I kind of like this. I kind of like this.
Oh my gosh! I don't. You know, you guys. Why is it everybody else? I got my dog right here. This is Minnie. This is Minnie. She's a little
Minnie
rescue. Everybody else like hears about all of this stuff, but us.
Actually, when I asked you to come on the show, you're like, "Oh, when is that actually coming out?" Which I thought was kind of funny. I was like, "Oh, I just got an email about it right now." But yeah.
Yeah, no, everybody always gets the news, but us. We're always allowed to know. You know, it's like, come on, guys. You know, like there's people who want the signed anniversary DVDs.
Right.
Stop watching. Send me those DVDs to sign. So people. I thought you hear me.
Exactly.
Do you do conventions at all?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you do like conventions? Do you go to do like autograph conventions?
I did.
Conventions?
I did, and then.
Oh no! Wait, there you are.
I think she's back. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yes.
We're doing it.
I don't know what happened, but here we are.
I had to stop because of my health.
Oh.
that's when everything was starting to happen.
Yeah.
So because I went through it since, I was diagnosed in 2014.
Yeah.
And then, still dealing with some stuff now. But no, I'm feeling great. And, I've reaching out to quite a few people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start doing conventions again. So yeah, no, I'm going to start doing it.
And until such a time that you do conventions, how do people get, if you want to do signed DVDs and things like that, how is that going to get facilitated? Because I'm sure there are people out there that would be thrilled to have an autographed copy of Deadgirl.
Well, usually, the merch will get sent to me and I'll sign it, and then
So how would they contact you? Through like social media? Where would be the best way to contact you?
Yeah, contact me through DM me through social. I'll respond. I respond more on IG than Facebook, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
I'm so overwhelmed on there, and just it's like a constant game of playing catch up. But yeah, I usually have them send the stuff to me. I'll sign it, send it out. I'm actually putting together a package because I've teamed up with Barry the Clay Guy.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
Oh yeah, Annabelle and I are big fans of Clay Guy. And I remember, actually, now you mentioned it, I remember seeing your clay figure.
Yes. So what I want to do is, because I'm signing a bunch of them, I'm going to be doing the little figurines, the poster, the DVD, and then doing like a little bit of a raffle for anybody who contributes to my film, my new film, to win a package. But yeah, I'm gonna actually want to get off with you guys. I'm gonna announce it.
Amazing.
Oh, awesome.
So that announcement. All right. So I'm hearing about you were raising money for the movie. You're ready to just go forward no matter what.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And if people are going to contribute to this, where are they going to do that? Where do people go?
Well, I set up a movie Venmo.
Yes.
Fund my movie, so it goes just directly towards it.
Great.
Without having to go through crowdfunding to where you have to wait. They take fees out, and they will only distribute little bits and pieces at a time.
Interesting.
When you have a deadline, you can't wait on that.
Yeah.
You cannot wait on that.
That's a really clever thought.
Yeah. And there's other things that I put out there for the gentlemen. But yeah, there's I'll post it, the links for whoever wants to contribute. But with the whole, what is it, the little doll thingy?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm very happy that you his stuff's always very fun ever since I've seen it. And he's a very nice guy, so I'm glad that you're partnering up with him.
Yeah, did you get one? Do you have one?
No, I actually mentioned not that long ago on the show, now because I didn't always have this setup, and now that I do, it would be perfect to get some Clay Guy guys and put them up here behind me during the show.
Well, send me your address when you're done, and then I'll send you one.
Okay, I would love that. Thank you.
I got one here. And Annabelle.
Yes.
You want to send me yours too, and I'll send you
one.
Yay!
I wasn't gonna. But I appreciate you. I want to.
You don't have to ask. I will do it anyways.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. And when your movie, when it's coming out and stuff, let us know. We'd love to have you back on and talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I plan on just working on this for the rest of this month into next month. I'm already starting to kind of piece together the teaser. I'm just waiting on a couple videos from my other cast members and stuff for them to send to me, so we could begin doing stuff. But yeah, hopefully by the end of this year.
All right, very cool. Well, it was great to talk with you again.
You too, and you look great. You look.
Well, thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Annabelle looks great too. Trust me, I know she doesn't want to be.
Picture, Annabelle.
It's a good picture.
Yeah, that was us from this weekend. We went to Brooklyn Horror Film Festival.
Fun.
I'm cropped out of that picture. That's fine, but it's...
Yeah, because it's a picture of me.
I know. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
Thank you so much.
So happy.
Yes, that's right.
In the future, it was a great weekend. We had a great time.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
In the future, when we meet again, then I will absolutely do whatever it takes so that we can actually see each other more properly. And it's not just a frozen still of me.
Well, when I'm in the area, I will definitely let you guys know.
That would be fantastic.
We'll grab some lunch, hang out, go scare some people.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, do you have any plans for Halloween?
No.
Fair enough.
Not right now. Not
right.
But I'm pretty sure. I'm waiting. Jim, a lot of our friends usually throw some pretty cool parties.
Nice.
So we will see. We will see.
Will we ever see the as far as I know, yet to be released video of you and Jim roaming those hallways?
Oh my goodness. Oh man. I don't know where they are.
Oh,
I have no idea. I know I had like an old blog site, blog post that had a bunch of updates. I had pictures and everything that's on there. But yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff. I think there's some stuff on my Facebook as well.
I will have to look.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to tell because it was right before this interview when Jim was sending me stuff. He's going to come back on in a couple weeks, so we'll ask him if he has any of these.
Oh yeah,
yes, I just shot a music video with him.
Nice.
Awesome.
So now you can send us questions to torture with.
Yes. Be ready.
I love it. All right, very good. Well, thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. How do we turn this thing?
Hi, I'm Jim Ojala, writer, director, creature, creator of the eco-horror film Strange Nature, and you are watching Without Your Head.
Boom, we're back. All right, I'll take Jenny out here. I'm sure she's like,
I'm
sorry.
Bye. Let her go, Neal.
I'll remove you from here. I'm scared. All right.
She's great.
Yeah, Jenny's awesome.
So many cool stories. I love her ghost stuff. I was gonna ask her more about like the history with her aunt, her nun psychic aunt. What? Awesome.
All right, we'll let you.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah, she rules. I knew you would like her. She was a great guest last time, and it was awesome to have her back on.
Yes. Yeah.
Very fun. Great stories. We got, and thanks Jim for sending in some stuff to talk about. He even sent in too to ask about us roaming around the very creepy abandoned Linda Vista Hospital between scenes. So she just brought up on her own. So it was very cool.
It sounds, there's so many great stories. So that was wonderful.
Yeah, and Jim's a really cool guy, and I think you'll like him as well. So he'll be on sometime in November. He's very busy, like most people in the horror world right now.
Industry, yeah. Yes.
And I was watching, but it's real quick when I was watching, I just was asking a little bit about this, and he said it's something he would like to talk about. I didn't realize that so many people involved in Deadgirl. I knew Jim had worked for Troma, but I didn't know that like the writer was a writer from Troma, and so one of the actors, and so I was just asking a little bit of that to Jim, and it's something he would like to talk about because it's something that I always like to ask about. Yeah, and he
finds his way.
Yeah, and he just said it was very beneficial to him, and he'll go more into that. And similar idea that it really depends what you think you're going to get out of working with Troma. But it worked for all of them. They went on to all of them have a good career in the movie business.
It is really interesting because Troma does come up, and Lloyd Kaufman specifically come up a lot on our show, but I think it just goes to show how many people are touched by that company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's lots of people have gone through there. It's very interesting. And Unearthed Films, they put out a lot of cool stuff. And so get this.
Associated with that company.
What was that?
I think I know someone associated with that company.
Yeah, Stephen Bureau, we've had on the show. Stephen Bureau, interesting person. He puts out all these very graphic movies, but is a very religious guy. So actually written some Christian books, and so
Really?
I've always found that interesting. Yeah.
I think there are many. I am thinking that it sounds like Jenny herself is Christian,
so
and I think we've had a lot of guests that are. I'm so curious because there are certainly other beliefs, and I'm wondering, what are the beliefs of some of the other guests that may not be Christian? I'm so curious.
Yes.
Like, do we have Hindu people come on? I would love to know.
Yeah.
We'll do a survey. We can have them fill out a form.
Exactly.
No.
I'm a big fan of all the special editions because it's loaded with stuff. It's got a making of, like a documentary, Exquisite Corpse, the making of Deadgirl. It's got all kinds of interviews. It has 2 different audio tracks, which I love, commentary tracks. So it has one of just Jenny herself, and then it has one with the whole cast, and interviews with Jim, all kinds of stuff. So, and really cool. Like I said, it actually has the script for the proposed sequel that they never made from 2010, which I did not get a chance to read, but I'm going to look at it because I found that very interesting.
Very interesting. I'm curious. I definitely do like that we don't know her story. I like that.
I prefer that because I think everyone that has their own idea, and if they really tell you, it's not going to live up to some people's expectations. And there's just nice to not really, because you also don't know how much is in there, like, because she obviously isn't just a zombie with no feelings or anything.
Yeah.
There is which when she honestly, it's a great performance because it's both animalistic at times, and then there is like there's emotion there, but it's not too much. It's a really like layered performance by her.
Yes. I think she's always scary at all times. At all times I find her frightening, which is amazing. And at the same time, like you said, there's so many subtleties to that. And I wonder, like, what is she thinking? Is she thinking? Like, what is this experience actually for this being? And behind it all, it's sad. It's very sad.
Because then you also think most likely she went through a lot of abuse to even get to this point.
Yeah.
And if people have not seen the movie, this is going to be a spoiler, but I find it very interesting watching it again. The very end of the movie, I won't go to complete detail, but it does and ask some more questions, because the very end of the movie, did the other kid have any knowledge of this? And there's something in where they are that can lead to the recreation of whatever made her the dead girl. So it's interesting.
It's very interesting. It's a great film.
Yeah, very, very dark movie. But yeah, very original too. And, in the what was interesting in the documentary, the writer, who apparently has written all kinds of scripts, when they were, like, some of his buddies were asking, like, hey, what kind of scripts you have? We'd like to make something. And he said, well, I have this one, but or they picked it up, and he's like, no, that's something I wrote. He actually wrote it quite a long time before they made it. And he's like, it's just something that can never be filmed. And when they read it, they said they were both like, "Whoa, this is very dark and shocking," but at the same time, like very intrigued. Like, we should make this.
Yeah. Could have been so. I mean, I think she was just so perfect for it because it could have felt very different with a different actress.
Mm-hmm. This is 100%. I like the idea of her being an experiment in zombie patient zero. Yeah, that's what's cool about it, because everyone brings their own take of, what she is.
And it makes me think, if all these people on set had all of these different ideas, then surely in the audience, people have thought of all of those things and beyond. And I always think it's really cool when you can kind of, like, it can be whatever you want it to be. Even though the world might not agree with you, you can make it what you want. You can decide, like, that's what it was. Like, she was an experiment in zombie patient zero.
Exactly. Yeah. Dave says, "Why is Annabelle trapped in a pulsating orb? What did she do?" That makes me think of Superman 2.
Oh,
from the 80s.
Makes me think of
when they put the three villains into the.
No, I'm thinking of the TV show that Michael and Sophia.
Oh, The Prisoner.
Yes, because there's a giant. I don't think you've ever seen the show, have you?
I have not.
Oh my God, it's so great. And there is this, like, if you try to get out by going to the ocean, then because it's like this, it's so great. It's this place that all of the retired intelligence people, so like spies, politicians, like all of these like people who just know too much, they get like tossed into this community. It's like totally invented community. It has natural borders, including the ocean, so people can't escape. They're just kind of forced to be there and just try to live a life. And if you try to escape by going, I think actually any of the natural borders you try to cross, there's this like giant semi-translucent ball that like absorbs you into it, and there's a really like you're creepily stretched out within it, and it's just great. Yeah, the show is so good. And then it sucked though because they ended up being canceled, and I guess Patrick McGowan and surely other people on the set were like, fuck this, we're just gonna like make a bunch of crazy shit. And it's like goes to like cowboys, and it makes no sense, but I don't know, you should check it out. Patrick McGowan himself is so awesome. He's so perfect. It's great.
Yeah. I just realized why in the chat room is Tara. Tara from New Village Video.
Hello.
So she just texted me as well. Sure she won't mind me saying, I love Jenny. What a sweetheart. Yeah, she's great. Yeah. And much different dead girl, but Tara just played a dead girl in a commercial.
Really?
Yes.
Very cool.
You can check that out on the Twitter.
Commercial that we will all be able to see.
Yeah, it's on Twitter too, so some people can check it out. Yeah, it's cool.
I'm gonna send you a picture of this poor guy in this bubble. Oh my God.
A poor man in a bubble.
Yeah, like myself, other than the man part. Yeah.
So you can check. We did a lot of. I did not have time to put them all together, but I'm going to try to do that this weekend. Although Severed Limbs is Sunday, so I don't have a ton of time. But last night I put out the official list of all the shorts that will be playing Severed Limbs 14 this Sunday.
What time is that going to start?
5:00 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, midnight UK.
Nice. It's very exciting because I can go.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to send, I can still add some trailers, but you really need to send them in
You're too
soon.
kind. You're too nice. Just stop it.
Not shorts, but trailers. Just
no.
I really only have. There's very few trailers that were sent in, so I actually would like some trailers. So But send them in tonight because I'm putting it all together so it's ready for Sunday. So
Okay.
yeah, look at this.
Yeah, see, that's when you're caught inside of it, and it
Kind of
grabs
reminds
you.
me of when Freddy's coming through the wall, and
Yeah, and then you go unconscious, and then you wake back up in your bed that they've assigned you in the house you're assigned in. No one has a name. Everybody's a number. I am not a number. I'm a free man.
That's
So
pretty
good.
wild.
It's free on Tubi, apparently.
Oh yeah, I need to watch it.
It's great.
Tara, haha, yay! I did play a dead one. She did indeed.
I want to see it.
Yeah. It's very good. I was and believe the New Village folks also filmed that commercial. I was very glad to see that the Devil's Stones will be one of the shorts. Yes, it will be.
Is this the first reuniting of Vic and Deadman Dave?
It could be. Could be.
Wow.
Dave Vic Schiavone. If you don't know, Horror Biz here is Dave Deadman. It's nice. We're bringing all these good folks together. I don't know where some of our other regulars. Where's Pepe Poteet here in Colleen? But I understand
You
things.
gotta have stuff going on. Pepe is very. Amanda Cooling has been coming around a lot. We've got a lot of. I'm very happy about it. Community.
Yeah.
Community is very important to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what I was saying though, I'm sorry. We did a ton of videos from Brooklyn Horror Film Festival.
Yes.
They're all up on the YouTube. I'm gonna put them together as a nice, cool, which is Annabelle's idea. A very, like a one video too, or you can watch them all separately, and that'll be cool.
Playlist I made that I put in interviews pre.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's like I only knew of 2. How many interviews did we do beforehand?
Larry Fessenden.
Was that prepping for this?
No, that was actually for his other movie. So we had Dodderman, Mary Dodderman.
I got that one.
And of course Bill Lustig.
Yes, and I got that one too.
Yeah.
So
just those 2. I was talking earlier today too to let them know that Mr. Lustig is coming out to see their movies because earlier tonight Jen Wexler's film played the final night here at Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. They saved 2 big ones for the final night. They saved Jen Wexler's film and Where the Devil Roams from the Addams Family.
I can't believe it's not even over yet. Damn.
Yeah, tonight was the last one.
I would totally try to get that week off again in the future.
Yeah. I think that would be one I would like to go back to.
I loved that festival.
I 100%. It was a great time. So we missed Zelda. We missed Jen Wexler was there tonight, and cool people. And I also found out Jen's movie will be coming out on Shudder very soon too.
Oh, very good. Very good.
She's going to come on the show. She'll be on in November.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Sure. She made The Ranger, which is really cool, and this was her second film. So I think you will like her as well. She's a very cool person. And she lives in New York.
Vibe going on at the Brooklyn Film Festival.
Yeah, because Jen Wexler is one of the people who came up under Larry Fessenden. That's her mentor. So that's very cool.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Yeah, I've been since the festival and meeting Rigo in particular, and him telling us Rigo is an actor, and he does more stuff with Glass Eye Pix, but he was an actor in 2 of the films at the festival. At least there's probably more he was in we didn't see. And just hearing about his experience with Larry as a mentor and someone that is supporting these independent creators, these up and coming people. And then I watched Habit. Did you watch it yet? Holy crap.
No, I haven't had time, but I saw you really go.
Oh my God.
I'm a big fan of Larry Fessenden as a director and as an actor, so I'm really looking forward to this.
And I forgot that when he came on the show, he mentioned having done a horror serial podcast.
Right.
Long ago. I think it might have even, don't quote me on it, but I think 2010 is when they started it, which was way before COVID. And COVID was when a lot of that stuff came out. So I started listening to that. But Habit, wow, Neal, it's so good. So if I would say if Joe was comparing Blackout to Habit, they're very different. They're very, very different. I don't think that Blackout is not a good movie. But if I saw Habit, I haven't seen Depraved yet, so that's like the in-between time. So I'm really, really curious.
Yeah, there's a real big distance between Habit and Depraved.
Yes. I think Habit was in 1997, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Depraved was not that long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I saw it at Buffalo Dreams Fantastic Film Festival.
So I'm real curious, but Habit, it's 1997 or thereabouts. So sensitive. It's him. He's in the New York, and he's got friends. He's an alcoholic, and meets this girl at a party. And man, it's very. I was writing about it on Facebook yesterday, and someone had asked about it, and I said because I don't know who knows what about it, but there is a lot of sex in it, but it's not. It's such a. I don't know. It's so works with the story. It's not like it's not there to make people turned on. It's there because it's part of the vampire. It's part of the like way that the vampire entraps people, and it's very tender. There's just so much depth to every character. It's a very small cast. You have to see it. You're going to love it. If you don't love it, there's something wrong with you. I mean, specifically. Other people might not like it, but it's a really, really wonderful.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd be very surprised if I didn't like it. Like I said, I love Larry Fessenden as an actor and a director, so to see him in his own movie, I'm very excited about.
It's
I like the subject matter,
and there's funny moments, but it's not a comedy. It's actually really grim. It's sad. It's so good. I would not say it has a happy ending.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope people check out Blackout when it either at festivals or when it's released here eventually. So I mentioned a couple of guests are coming on: Jim Ojala and Jen Wexler, and also all these came up today. Demian Rugna, who made When Evil Lurks that we saw.
Really?
Which we thought was so good. Yeah.
That's exciting.
I told him how much we liked it, and so I talked to him a little bit, and I was like, if you ever want to come on, he was all excited about coming on. So he also did one of the shorts in Hispanic, sorry. And he also did this movie Terrified, which people have really raved about, and I've not seen. So I'm going to have to find that one.
Yes.
The poster for it's very creepy.
So good. It was so good.
Yes, talk about grim. That's definitely not a feel-good movie either.
No, it is not at all. I don't think ever is it at any point that I can recall. There's it's just bleak and then more bleak and more bleak and shocking. And there's a lot of shocking moments.
Yeah. This is the Spanish poster for his film Terrified. And just the poster, look, it's pretty terrifying.
What the hell is on the inside of it?
I don't know, but
the blue part, I'm wondering what that blue, it's very specific, but that's gross as hell.
Yeah, and it played everywhere. Sitges, Fright Fest, it played all the big festivals. So I'm going to try to, I think it's playing some, I think it's on one of the streaming sites because it's a few years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Terrified?
Terrified, yes.
How do you spell his name?
Hold on. Terrified, Where to Watch. Let's see if I can find it. The last name is Rugna. I guess it's on Prime Video to rent. It says it might be on Shudder too, I think.
Does it? I'm seeing Prime. If you have a YouTube wait,
Oh yeah, it's on Shudder.
2 different places. It's around. Oh yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shudder. Yeah, so I have Shudder. I think we both have Shudder, so we'll watch it on Shudder.
Terrified. When
Yeah.
strange events occur in a neighborhood in Buenos Aires, a doctor specializing in the paranormal, her colleague, and an ex-police officer decide to investigate further. Oh, the trailer is already cool. I'm not watching it. I'll go in
All
blind.
the images are very terrifying out. There's
So
a little
this is
kid.
Oh my. So this is one of the ones that I can't watch during the day.
All right, well, I'm excited though. I've really liked the other things I've seen from him, so. And he seems like a cool guy.
Brilliant. But just scary cinematography, character development, that just so good. So good. In a remote village, 2 brothers find a demon-infected man just about to give birth to evil itself. They decide to get rid of the man, but merely succeed in spreading the chaos. That's when evil lurks. It's freaking... It's so wild how we can talk about all, like, I'm thinking of that movie, Had It, Deadgirl. They're so different from each other, but they're so great. Cinema. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, we've been seeing some great stuff. We saw some awesome stuff at the Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. Not just the features, but some great shorts. And so I recommend people, if you can, if they're in your area and it's doable, go check out the Film Fest. I think no matter if you're just there as a viewer, if you're in movies at whatever level, to me, it's a huge plus. It's a great time.
It's become one of
my... A lot of the shorts you might not ever see again. So
it's really going to film festivals has become one of my favorite things.
I agree 100%. It was the main thing I missed. I know, and I hate to say this because I know people had much worse things than this, but it was the main thing I missed during the pandemic was going to the film festivals.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, and I'm saying this, I had a good time always going by myself, but it is much more fun with you, Annabelle, because we share our experience watching the movies together and we could talk about them. It just makes them that much more enjoyable.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So I'm glad that you enjoy them as well.
Very much. It's a huge impact on my quality of life.
Very good.
So definitely high recommend. Go to whatever you can. Support your local film festival. If you can ever travel, then there are some super exceptional ones, and definitely Brooklyn Horror Film Festival was.
Yeah, that place was packed. A lot of very talented local filmmakers. Just all around great time. And so this Sunday, Severed Limbs Film Festival.
Woo! What can we?
That'll be on the Kick channel. So
Kick.
kick.com/withoutyourhead. So go and it's a free account, so you can join the chat. They don't kick me off for showing stuff. So unfortunately, a lot of issues with the last time we were using YouTube. So we moved over to Kick. And if people have watched the Saturday Night Frights, that's also where we do those. It's very similar to the YouTube here. You just have to make an account. You don't have to make an account, but if you would like to interact in the chat room, make a free account.
Question about access, because I think on the website, on our website, is there like an easy to access
I'll have the link right up. There'll be a link right there. We've been doing the Saturday Night Frights on there with no issues. People have been enjoying it. Even Dave Deadman can use it, and he doesn't know what he's doing. No, but yeah. So yeah, people. It's a really easy, accessible site. I've used it on my phone. I originally found Kick through Terra, because Terra and New Village Video do some stuff on there, and so I joined it to watch some cool stuff with them. And so you can easily use it on your phone or your computer. It's a really nice website. You don't have to download anything. You just have to make a free account if you'd like to use the chat room.
I like the not downloading part. Can people access it on their computer?
Yeah. That's how I normally watch it. Is on. Was that
Mac and Windows?
I don't know, but I don't have Apple, but you can on Windows. It's just that you just go to the website, kick.com/withoutyourhead.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a good time. So, yeah, lots of shorts here. I could pull them up but they're all on the Facebook group.
Facebook is becoming a dinosaur. Even Jenny has made the conversion to Instagram.
Yeah, I'll say she puts up nice videos of sunsets and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's lovely.
Well, here we go. I think this will work. Hold on one second. So yeah, here we go. This is the antidote. The 5th episode of Dark Signals concerns a young spy couple who have been left stranded in the desert, being injected with a zombie virus, and one bottle containing the antidote. Or is it an antidote, and will it cure either of them? Who will take it?
I recognize that logo there.
Yes, I was wearing a shirt the other day. So this is the 5th, which is for the Dark Signals, is a new web series by Justin Bernard Head. This is actually will be premiering, I think, in 2 weeks, but it is going to be part of our festival, so you can catch it early this Sunday. Mm-hmm. And this one is actually directed by Artin Karatsko. And we also have Inanimate, which is also part of the Dark Signals. That one will be debuting this weekend, but we'll have it a little early. This one is actually directed by Justin Bernard Head. We present our 6th. Oh, that's the final one. So the 5th one's this weekend. This is actually in 2 weeks, but it'll be this Sunday. We present our 6th and final episode for the first season of Dark Signals, when Lucy Taboda is left at home alone with her antique dealer husband Paul's latest find, an antique statue of the Virgin Mary. She begins to feel uneasy, as if the statue may be supernatural. I'm going to admit, I have not actually watched. These are the only 2 I've not watched. But I included them in the festival.
I think you can trust Justin.
Yeah, Justin's a good man. So that'll be exciting for all of us. The Devil's Stone.
I heard Vic mention the Devil's Stone earlier.
Yes. And I actually made an 8-bit for this movie. And it was actually on BBC Radio's BBC Radio website because the host of the show was wearing it.
What?
Which made me very excited. Yes.
What?
The host of BBC Radio was wearing the 8-bit shirt that I made for this.
So wait a minute. How did you even find out that?
Because I saw it on Facebook.
Huh.
It is called the Devil's Stone because if you run around it 7 times, they say the devil himself will appear. A group of local students researched the Devil's Stone and the spooky legend of Sayre Hicks.
Well, now I need to know. I want to see a picture of this BBC man. It sounds like something to put in your files. So, like, look, even the people from the BBC wear cool.
Yeah, I'll get it after we go through these. Otherwise, I'll have to leave this page, and
don't.
It will mess this up.
Yeah.
Cherry, a distraught woman gives her dinner date a piece of her mind.
Ooh, a piece.
Kenneth Perkins.
Like a piece of pie.
Meth squirrel. Squirrel gets into the stash and goes on a murder spree.
See, this is okay because children aren't going to be watching it, I hope.
Right.
Then I can laugh.
Sicko. Psycho with a Twist.
By
Troy Oke. Also by Troy, Attack of Howard the Duck. Paranormal Activity at the Grow Shop.
All right, my expectations for that are up.
Un Taco. A young man walks through the streets of the city when a beggar child asks him for help to eat. Will he help him or pass him by? That is by Antonio Rotundo. By the way, Antonio, I met him at Ohio Nightmares.
Oh.
It's a very cool guy. Death Tone. When a man hears ringing inside an old red telephone box, he is subjected to a deadly sound that drives him insane with rage.
Yikes. That guy looks like a Wahlburger man.
He kind of does. Yeah, they mentioned that. Yeah.
What's his name? Donnie Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's not him, though.
No.
It's by Peter McNiernan, but I believe that's Mike Bignall. Sir. Erecting a Monster 2.
Huh. Interesting.
Bride of the Monster. This is a short that I probably cannot play on YouTube, but we can play it on the Kick.
I like how it just says my dick. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, he's got like a sign.
It's very... Yes.
Prepare for the second coming.
Oh my goodness.
Erecting a Monster 2, Bride of the Monster, picking up where Erecting a Monster left off. Victor must battle his incubus-possessed penis. Together with his friend Johnny, they must find a way to destroy the demonic phallus before it kills anyone else. That's by John Devlin. Lux. A flat tire leaves a newlywed couple stranded in a bizarre town plagued by a monster that has a light for a face.
Ooh.
Interesting. Kenneth Perkins. Susie's Birthday Bash. Little Susie has a fun afternoon trying to find out what the family got her for her birthday. By Michael Butino. This is a very nice poster.
Crazy.
Box Cutter. A seasoned serial killer interviews an up-and-coming killer who must prove his worth in this gritty homage to a 70s B movie, an Italian giallo.
Cool. Yeah, that's really, I like that art.
Yeah, that's Josh McMillan. Yeah, I love the poster on that one. Moving Curtains. It's actually really nice, too. After the loss of his girlfriend, M wanders his home in search of any sign of life. Also by Josh McMillan. 32. Based on the short story Berenice by E.A. Poe, Berenice suffers from an unnamed disease until only her teeth remain healthy. Aegeus, that sounds interesting. Aegeus, who is in manic love with Berenice, is obsessed over them. The evil side of human nature erupts in him. That is by Tim Luna. Her. What happens when you wake up chained to a chair? By Janine Pipe.
I like the color.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. Just see enough that you're kind of intrigued there. Paranormal Captivity.
I've heard of this.
By David W. Bailey, who we actually hung out with in L.A. after the movie premiere at that little bar.
Yes.
When his cat is possessed by a demon, a man must battle for his cat's life as well as his own.
Paranormal Captivity. So familiar.
Horror Biz, he destroy the demonic phallus before it kills again. I mean, we've all been there. Footzilla. Now, if you may know this person here, Annabelle.
Do I?
He played the judge in Psycho Ape 2.
Oh yeah, he was a peculiar man. I liked him.
Yeah, Galen Howard.
Guy. What the hell is on him? There's like
A
a
foot. Oh.
no. I see the foot, but
Oh yeah,
like
that on his. I am not sure.
yeah. What is that?
We'll
That's
find
crazy.
out.
I'm excited to see him in this
Yes.
role.
A recently injured man has a wild fever dream that a giant foot monster known as Footzilla is attacking Las Vegas, and he must rise to the occasion and defeat it. Now that's a
I
movie.
am all about that.
And that is by Brandon Scullion. Night of the Not So Living Dead. Now this is actually a very old short from 2002, but my rule is as long as we never played it before, I don't mind what year it's from.
Interesting. Admitted it.
This is from Michael Kessler. When their car breaks down, a couple is chased by an extremely slow zombie. After taking shelter in a nearby cabin, they are forced to watch movies and do laundry as they wait for the zombie's impending attack. That sounds fun. Vic says all cats are possessed by demons in the chat.
He knows. He's got them.
The Thing in the Tub. Everything was coming up aces for Associate Professor Wilkins. And that was until he brought home a lab sample and left it in the tub. By Jason Ewart. Come up here. Home alone, but someone's calling from upstairs. Come up here. By Andrew Gibbs.
That. I'm already scared. Damn. No, I just think about that. Like, fuck, no. Ain't coming up anywhere.
Philo de C. An awkward loner has taken up stalking a girl from the neighborhood. It leads him to an encounter that he'll never forget.
That's a crazy poster.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It does look like it was made with AI, I'll be honest. But I'm not sure.
That's unfortunate.
It might not be. I don't know. It might not be.
Yeah, it's a difficult.
Yeah.
It's a difficult time.
It's by John Devlin. It's cool. It is cool either way, though. And John, that's the same guy who made Directing a Penis, too.
Really?
Yes. Stairs. And this is by former guest Michael Kusiak, who made Death Metal, which we were big fans of.
Oh, yeah.
A woman finds herself trapped in a never-ending set of stairs.
That sounds like hell.
Hand model. Experimental film that explores the surreal experimental film that explores the surreal nature of hand modeling, delving into its roots and fetishization.
Not football.
By Tate Hoffmaster, who I know him from somewhere. I'm sorry, Tate, but I'm not sure where. That's a cool poster. Horned.
Whoa. Damn.
When a cocky cam boy jokingly live streams a creepypasta dare, he inadvertently summons an ancient demon who craves more than just his soul.
That's pretty cool because, like, I don't know the whole intricacies and ins and outs of that short. I'm assuming that this picture is one of the highlights of the short, but it makes me want to watch it. So if that is any kind of spoiler, I don't care because I want to see that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. That's terrifying.
It's not supposed to come out to 2024, but we have an early preview of it by Jared D. Brito.
Very cool. Hello.
The Foul Flesh. Now, this isn't the actual poster, but they didn't have one yet, so I used a still. A woman enters a strange convent only to discover they are zombie worshippers. By Tanja Atomic. Huh?
Why did you choose this picture?
It was actually the only still they had available. by Tanja Atomic, who made she made a movie we played on the feature film festivals.
Yeah, I remember this name.
It was cool. It was the God, what was the movie?
Tanya.
It was a sequel to The Hand of Manos there.
Yes. Yeah, she was really nice. She was in the chat, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanya Atomic.
The Vanderwoos. A struggling writer realizes her words have a dangerous power when the monster from her horror story comes to life.
Oh.
By Nathan Latharum. I don't know if it's spelled if it's supposed to be pronounced that way, but I like to be
Vanderwoos.
Yeah, Vanderwoos. The Vanderwoos. And Open House.
Oh.
By Matt Cannon, who did the music for this is I believe his directorial debut. He did the music for Bathtub Shark Attack, which I'm a big fan of.
I haven't seen it yet.
The only thing stopping an amateur realtor from a successful open house is an ominous decoration that may or may not have been left on the property on purpose.
Is it Merkin? A Merkin stuck to the wall.
Deadgirl was here.
Exactly.
Jenny, I'm glad you were here for Jenny's return. That was very fun. My kind of person, because she can be serious. I like someone who can be serious, can be very silly, and everything in between.
Yeah.
So that was very cool. All right, so that's gonna be fun.
Huh? Nice. What? Excellent. Yeah. I was just saying that's gonna be a lineup. It was very cool. Look at that quality stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's nice that people do know you from this festival. It's really great.
Yeah, I mentioned the guy. He actually, it was the first time this ever happened. It was in Ohio. He knew me as the guy from Severed Limbs.
It's very cool. Very cool. But it is a nice opportunity because you don't ask anybody to pay you anything. No. So as far as I know, that's still the deal.
No, it's free to enter, free to watch.
Yes, which is really fantastic.
Yeah, if you want to Venmo anything as a thank you, it's very time consuming. I will accept it, but you don't have to do anything. Just come and enjoy. To me, it's a celebration of independent films of all levels. Of some of these people have made a lot of stuff. Some of these people haven't, and that's what I like about the festival. Yeah. Let me find that photo now.
What are you finding?
The BBC one.
Oh, I need to know. Hey, no, I won't say it here. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus on the air. I thought about it, and I'm retracting my bus throwing.
Oh.
But.
What's that?
So what, me?
Yeah.
Bus throwing? The whole point of me stopping was to not do it.
I understand. Hold on. I'm trying to...
I don't want to... I can throw when we're not on the air.
All right. Fair enough. I have the BBC photo. I'm trying to find the actual one with the guy wearing the shirt because that's really cool. Just give me a few minutes.
Minutes? Good God, seconds. Man. What am I supposed to do? Sing a song?
Can you sing?
No. Didn't we? Well, wait, what is our song that we're going to do going forward karaoke? Do you remember?
Oh, no. What was it? It was a cool song.
It's Believe It or Not.
I'm walking on air. It worked really well. I think when we're on this kind of thing, even though it doesn't seem like it's off at all, you know what I mean? It's just off a little bit.
What is off?
Like if you start to try to sing together on here,
yes,
it doesn't quite work.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're going to sing the whole song.
I understand. I cannot find. I saved the picture. I know.
It is the greatest American hero for those in the audience who didn't figure it out. That's the future plan. I'm trying to get Neal back into the karaoke, which I'm very sad we missed out on, but greatest American hero.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could be so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Could it be not just me? Man, I cannot find
Hold on, dude.
Well, I found this one photo. I can't find the photo of the guy wearing it though.
What else is going on in the world of horror? Do we have any news? Any latest news?
Hold on a sec. But I'll find it at some point, probably after the show, and I'll share it. But there it is. It was the BBC 5 radio, and there it is, Sarah Hicks, which this is a shirt that Amazon said was too extreme.
Oh, for Christ's sakes!
Apparently, those 3 red pixels up there are just way too extreme. It's very offensive, very scary.
That's really cool that that's
3
there.
red pixels, and but yeah, it's very cool. And when I saw that, I was like, "What the hell?" And then then I actually saw a picture of the host actually wearing it.
That's awesome. It really is. That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Vic gave us some trivia over here about the greatest American hero.
What was that?
I don't know if you want to pop it up.
The biggest thing I remember about the Greatest American Hero is that they changed the last name of the main character because it was the same guy who shot Reagan. Wow, I did not know that.
Same as the guy. It wasn't the man who shot Reagan.
Right. Yeah.
Really extra weird.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. The world of horror. Has this John Carpenter TV show started yet or what?
I don't know.
Really?
I think it I still don't know if he actually made it.
John Carpenter,
Or if
Suburban
he just produced
Dreams. Suburban
It's
Dreams.
me, a Pepe. Pepe Petit made it.
Oh, nice. Hello, Pepe.
We thought of you when we were at Frank Pepe's.
Oh, that place was the best.
Yeah, it rules.
So God. Dear God. Truly, anybody that has an opportunity to go to Frank Pepe's Pizzeria, I guess it's primarily a Connecticut chain. I think there's one in Florida and one other random one. But it is some of the... Neal and I both rank it in the top 3 pizzas ever.
Yeah, it's
It's a
fantastic.
pretty big deal for people who like pizza so much.
Yeah. I'm going to jump to the YouTube, he says. Yeah, the YouTube
Very-
is happening tonight, so that's cool.
Is it? Does it
Yeah.
happen in place?
Yeah, sometimes all the things are from the Facebook, but tonight's a lot of mostly from the YouTube. Yeah.
Let's see. Episode guide, October 13th. Did these all play on October 13th? They just blew it out in one fell swoop. John Carpenter, an exploration of true tales of terror that took place in seemingly perfect small towns.
I'm glad you said this, Tara. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're not. Get the hell out of here.
No, as soon as I saw this, the thing was, this movie gets so much hate, The New Exorcist, and so I'm happy when other people like it, because Annabelle and I both went to see it, and we kept thinking, like, when does this get you turn into crap? Because everyone's saying, some people say it's legit the worst film ever made, and we both liked it, and so I'm happy that Tara also liked it.
Yeah. It wasn't the most amazing movie of all time. Like, I don't know. No, you can't. And I said this somewhere else. Maybe I said it in the review. I don't remember. You can't expect anyone to ever make Exorcist. Like, we're not going to have that happen. You can't make something that's going to beat The Exorcist for an Exorcist movie. There's going to be other great movies, but The Exorcist is fine film. It's not just, it wasn't made to be part of a series. It was made as a standalone book. You cannot have that expectation. You just can't. And we're in a different era. There's no more, Max von Sydow isn't around anymore. Not that there aren't good movies, but it's just, we're in a different era. It clearly wasn't an indie movie. Like the indie movies, I think you get a different kind of cinema experience. But with The Exorcist being this mainstreamy kind of thing, there's going to be some, it's not going to be, I've said it too many times, it's just not going to be Exorcist. So if people have these kind of expectations like, oh, it should live up to its namesake, it's just not realistic. The kids were creepy as hell. They were great. Thank you. Yes. Tara's saying it off to the side.
Yeah, I agree with Annabelle. And we both thought the two girls were great in it, like legit, like good, and they're very scary looking and did a good job. I thought they were the highlights of the movie.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about in the review, it's not like anybody is especially likable, but that's fine. The story was interesting enough. I did like the girl, one in particular, the main girl. I can't remember her name. You know the one. There's like the main father and
and I think you really liked the guy too.
Yeah, and the guy was all right. That father was all right. And there's, a lot of different personalities. And are they trying to have some kind of social statement? Maybe, because there's different beliefs, different religions get involved, different kinds of spiritual systems, and whatever. I thought it was fine. It's certainly, I think, is on par with your average 80s. Oh, look at that.
So the host shirt and with the mask from the actual mask from the movie.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, the girl in the church was disturbing. Even before she started walking down the aisle, she was, I know that one part in particular, I'm pretty sure you're referring to specifically about the church and the original.
Yeah, it really feels like sometimes there's movements for some of these movies before they even come out to sabotage them, and I think part of that one is a lot of people. I like myself. I didn't like his Halloween movies at all, and I really didn't think this would be that great. But you can't just say something's bad without seeing it. And there's no. I really can't imagine the people are saying it's the worst film ever made and stuff. I can't believe they would really think that.
Yeah,
I know it's all opinion. I could see not liking it, but I can't imagine thinking it's the worst movie that's ever been made.
No. That's just silliness.
It's not even the worst Exorcist movie.
Pope's Exorcist, right? It literally, a month ago, the Pope's Exorcist, I think it was, maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah. I don't think even the worst movie in the Exorcist franchise. The actual Exorcist movies.
No, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of Exorcist movies that are not so hot.
Yeah, I'm usually not big on Exorcist movies, but I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yes, exactly. It took me a second. I'm like, oh, that's what's being described here. No spoilers to people, but this is a very special moment.
Hello.
Yeah, you did make it. There was a great interview earlier, Pepe. So when you have the chance, there's some pretty intense stuff that we talk about for those who are familiar with Deadgirl. There is some really intense conversation because Deadgirl is a story that is very intense. So anyone who's tuning in now live, this will do no good to the people that have are watching this after the fact. Yeah, great movie. She was wonderful, very funny, good stories, great, just great. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what she does as a director.
Yes, I'm very, very curious. It was very fascinating that she was talking about the story being about her friend who died, and it sounds like died quite horribly, was my sense, and is working on this film with that person's mother, and I'm just like, what is this? What is this? So I'm very, very curious about the movie.
Not only, just real quick too, not only the Brooklyn Horror Film Festival itself is a great, Nighthawk Cinema is great. So if you're in Brooklyn and you're not there during the horror festival, I would recommend checking out and seeing what's going on there, because they're always playing some really weird stuff and cool horror movies. And the theater itself is a really nice place to watch movies. If I know if we were close there, we'd be going to see stuff all the time.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. It was great. Great popcorn. Some of the best popcorn ever.
Yeah.
The perfect buttery. It was lovely. We didn't have any weird popcorns, did we? We were going to try.
No, I was just going to say we need to go back so we could try they had two. They had caramel, and then they had their signature popcorn that had a truffle butter and some kind of special salt. So we need to go back and get that at some point. Gives us a reason to go back, besides seeing movies.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
When we have billions of dollars, or even millions, or even like $1 million.
Yeah.
We travel and we go to the theater, we eat the popcorn, we visit some New York friends, maybe swing by a movie that's happening. Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful life.
Exactly. Let's see the movies. Yeah.
That
signifies watching. No, that's what I do.
Watching like that dude Jenny was telling us about. What a creep! My God, that would be so tough. Ugh. I'm looking at this John Carpenter IMDb thing about suburban screams, and I know that IMDb or any online reviews, like on a site like this, can be total bullshit. Just basically like we were talking about with The Exorcist. Like, people can just be intense as like a trendy intensity, right? There's like this fashionable to hate it. But there's one review. Let's see. The review is by Ription. This is awful. This is true crime garbage joining the list of other such shows polluting the streamers. It is quite idiotic on so many levels. Lame reenactments and talking heads, obvious fictionalizing of supposed real stories. It is cheap programming, and apparently the masses are eating up this tripe, or they wouldn't keep producing the stuff. It's the lowest common denominator output. I've seen this genre produced firsthand this past year. For some money, I worked on a true crime series, which I swore I would never do. It was as bad as I expected and left the job. That has nothing to do with that show, so I'm not even going to bother to read that part. Yeah, the rest of it is really... Yeah. So part of it just informs me as to what it is, even if this person's opinion is whatever. Even if I would disagree with this person's opinion, I now know that it's true crime reenactment kinds of stuff.
That's not what I expect from John Carpenter.
No, so I mean, maybe that was I don't know, maybe that's not a good summation of that, but summation. See, a teenage boy falls in love with a new girl in town but suspects the house is haunted. I don't know. I'm gonna take back my thoughts about whether or not that person's comments were valid, because now I'm reading all the little individual episode things. Party takes a mysterious turn when friends accidentally summon the ghost of a local murder victim. Two witnesses tell the tale of how this restless spirit attached herself to an unsuspecting host. Well, maybe. I guess we'll have to find out. Has anybody out there who's with us right now seen this show yet? John Carpenter's Suburban Screams. I'm seeing yeah, I don't blame you for falling asleep watching Pope's Exorcist, Pepe.
Yeah, that was a really lame ass movie. I wanted to show you a video. Hopefully it won't get us a flag or anything.
Well, we'll find out.
What did this guy make? What did Brian Yuzna make? He made Society, right?
Yeah.
Let me look
Sure.
real quick. Brian Yuzna. What movies? Oh yeah, he did Reanimator, Bride of Reanimator. We had him on the show. Really cool guy. So anyway, he actually has a board game coming out.
Ooh, that's cool.
So you can help right now with the crowdfunding. Brian Yuzna presents Tales of Blood Island. So here we go.
Whoa.
It's fun for the whole family.
I got a foot.
And parts of them.
I got a head.
Make your moves to escape Blood Island. Roll the die. And you might. Die, that is. Pull a card, if you dare. But beware the beast of blood. Get ahead of the undead. Brian used this Tales of Blood Island game.
I won!
It will make your head spin. Just don't lose your head. The Tales of Blood Island board game. It's creepy fun for everyone. Now on Kickstarter for ages 18 and up.
Interesting.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a good one. And like another game that some very kind person bought for you for Atlanta.
Yes, that was not great,
No.
Unfortunately.
I don't want to diss like some tiny little company, but so I feel like I don't want to name it. But hopefully this game is great, in other words. Pepe is letting us know that in Mexican culture they fry and eat tripe. I think your family would probably be tripe eaters, your Germanic peoples.
Actually I believe they did. I know like my family back home, as they used to always say, in Pennsylvania, they ate a lot of innards and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game looks wild, so I'm very excited. And it's very cool that a horror director is behind a board game.
Yeah, I love it.
Brian Yuzna, Reanimator Man. Look.
Whoa!
Cool.
All right. Because the video is a little bit small. I love the art on it. This retro art. It's perfect.
Yeah, it looks so sweet.
That's great. Oh, Rue Morgue.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm very curious.
Yeah, so he wrote Reanimator, directed Bride of Reanimator, directed Society, which I'm a huge fan of.
Oh, that movie's so nasty.
He also directed Return of the Living Dead 3. On The Dentist.
Nice.
Actually, this guy's done a lot. We had him on the show. It was a really long interview, I remember. Anyway, I know we got a lot of people coming up, but maybe we'll get him back on to talk about this board game at some point.
That would be great.
Brian Yuzna. I'm a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. I think we had him on. We did a show a month. It was the Doctors of December, and it was during the pandemic, so it was also in tribute to all the doctors who were and it was a good time because Trista's friend is a doctor, so anyway, it was a good time. Very
Hopefully
good.
Trista will be visiting us sometime.
Yeah, she seems happy to come back, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It would be nice to talk. I don't remember. I think last time I actually talked with her was probably at the LA premiere.
Yeah, and she's in the newest episode of Dark Signals.
Oh.
It's really good. And Some Total Schmuck is also in that one. So just look over that, and it's a really cool episode. Yeah. But no, it's awesome. She's great in it. She's always good. And it involves a Ouija board.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Ouija board. Oh, I'd wanted to say when we were talking with Jenny and she was talking about demon stuff and faces, and I didn't want to soak up her time with our stories, but do you remember, and I really hope you do, we were using the board in the park in Salem.
I do, and I remember there was eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe and you know this is so we were using Ouija board in Salem. Was that the time we used it on Halloween, or was it another night? I think Halloween night we saw absolutely nothing, so I think it was the other night.
Yeah.
Because also on Halloween night, I think a lot of it there were like goofy kids around. But so it was, yeah, we were in Salem. It was night. We had the Ouija board, and I looked up and I saw glowing red eyes up in the tree behind Annabelle. And I'm not someone who gets like Annabelle. I'm not saying this to be cool. I'm not someone who gets all jumpy and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it did startle me, honestly. She even said, "What are you looking at?" And it was very weird. And so in my mind, then we did see a big raccoon later. So then I thought, oh, maybe it was a raccoon, but I have no idea. But still, it was very weird.
Mm-hmm. It was a tree directly behind me.
Yep.
With no leaves, because all the leaves are down.
Yeah, it was cold
and
out.
You were like staring at it, like it was like you were in a trance.
Mm-hmm.
You
Very
were
weird.
not moving. You were just looking behind me at the tree, in the tree. I was kind of concerned, like you were having a stroke or something. It's like something's wrong. Something was clearly wrong. So
yeah, it was very weird. We need to. And you got a new an old. It's new to you, but an old Ouija board when we were at the outdoor fair.
Yeah,
Outdoor,
the fair in
whatever it is.
Somerville. It's this really, really old Ouija board. I think I found out it was from the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a
It might
totally
be
different
kind of the
board.
same idea that Jenny was talking about.
Yeah. The cover is totally different from other Ouija board covers I've seen, Parker Brothers boards. And I just can't. It's been in the same plastic bag. Like I haven't taken it out. It creeps me out. Like I think it's cool to have it, but it frightens me at the same time. For the things she said, it's like, how many people have used this Ouija board?
Yeah, and that's definitely like an old
now,
one.
like if as a person who thinks we did do that.
We didn't do a live one. We recorded it on video.
Right.
But now we could do it live though with the new setup.
I don't want to use this. This board is too scary. All the things that could be just waiting, just like it's like a haunted object. I don't know.
I'm game to do it, but I understand.
Well, you have the new board, don't you? You have the newer board.
Yeah.
Well, you bring the newer board.
All right, we'll do this sometime.
I don't want to use this board. It's cool, but no. It's not worth the risk to me. It just gives me heebie-jeebies. Really does feel like it's like at the very least a haunted object, and I hope not a cursed object, but
So here's when we use this is when we use the Ouija here on the Cape in Sagamore.
I don't have that scarf anymore. Do you have it?
No.
It was a good scarf.
It
was so fucking cold. Yeah, I have
it was 8 degrees.
Yeah, I have I gave Neal stuff that was in my car. So like the scarf, probably a blanket. I've got a sleeping bag and a towel. Just anything I could have that was fabric. Any fabric, but I think that was the day we got. Was that the day we got the doctor?
Yeah,
the older guy.
Yeah.
Man, that was so.
That was in the cemetery near me in Sagamore.
Yeah, and you didn't even you had. I don't think you knew it was any of these stories until you.
No, I knew it was considered haunted, but I had no idea why, and so I looked up why after we actually did it because I was interested.
And then your brother told you because he talked with someone who was
no. I actually know because I used to go to the Sagamore post office, send my packages, and here's actually in Salem here. And I know the caretaker, which I think has actually retired just recently. And he was actually on Sci-Fi Channel.
Really?
I think it was Sci-Fi. One of those channels, they did like the most haunted cemeteries, and they talked to him on that from that cemetery. And he said that because he started there as a younger guy, and he didn't believe any kind of stuff like that. And then he saw stuff throughout the years that made him, actually change his mind on that. And one of the things he said, the next morning, a tombstone was actually moved across the cemetery, and you could see the drag marks. And again, it goes back to the idea that the bodies have been displaced.
Wow.
And that, who knows? It could be some kid did this as a joke or whatever. But it makes people think, that they're actually trying to put them back in the right place. And he also said that often he could smell cigar smoke in one area of the cemetery, and a couple times actually saw the smoke. And he like,
oh, weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
And this is someone that you feel like this is not the guy that makes things up.
No, he's just a normal guy. And like I said, he was, when he started as being the caretaker, he didn't believe any of that stuff. I don't think he's still there, but I could be wrong. Maybe he still is.
We need a ghost story show. I still want to do our theme shows. Those were fun before. How do we get people to, what's our equivalent to having people call in?
I send the link. Send the link that people call, and then you could video in, or you could, if you don't want a video, you could join in and just be on audio.
Yeah, you can do this.
Yeah, I know Tara actually does some ghost hunting stuff. So.
Interesting. Pepe is sharing a story over here.
Pepe, and now so hasn't Trista actually. Trista has done a lot of ghost hunting.
Really?
She was going to go to the, what's that big hotel that Ramirez was at out in L.A.? A lot of people have been killed there. But when she was going to go, they had bed bugs, so they decided not to.
Oh, gross.
Pepe
Halloween years ago, me and some friends played hide and seek at an old abandoned cemetery from the 50s, and we found an old dilapidated church and double as a schoolhouse
that had a
parabola of trees growing all around the schoolhouse. Weird.
Not word. That sounds dope, says Dave Deadman. It was, says Pepe Potit. Puppy Sloot. I do ghost hunt, and my house is legit haunted. I think this is Tara again, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I thought...
I don't know. Who's Puppy Sloot?
No, I don't think so, because Tara is just like a few minutes ago asking about Ouija session.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who Puppy Sloot is. But anyway, Puppy Sloot, yeah. Okay, we'll try to figure this out. Oh, no, it is Tara. She updated her name.
Oh, okay. Got it. You're saying Puppy Sloot. I think it's Puppy's Loot.
Oh, no. Puppy's Loot. Okay.
What the fuck is a sloot?
Oh, they're planning a... I don't know if I should say all this stuff. But anyway, it's cool.
Then don't...
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy. I just don't know if I should, She could say it in here she likes. Updated my username to match all the other profiles because I'm a fool. All right. Very good. It's Puppy's Loot. You were correct.
Yes, I figured as much.
Right.
Puppy Sloot.
When I came home the other night from Brooklyn, I was talking to Tara in the bus station. Well, actually, I was talking to her. I was walking around, but I had to hang up on her because and then I thought she thought I was lying. But they have strict policy on my bus, like you can't be talking on the cell phone; they'll kick you off. So.
Yeah, which I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just wanted to think. I was just like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I'm going on the bus.
Yeah.
And hang up on you. Feel like my place is sometimes haunted as well. Building as old as hell. As the old tenant, wow, killed themselves here. A lot of odd little things happen over the years.
Yeah.
Well,
My
she said it's okay.
probably as well. I have 2 haunted chairs though that I bought in the presence of Neal.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, there was a big parking lot flea market that I don't know if they still have it or not. Right outside of Boston, giant parking lot, and every Sunday I think they'd have this in-season flea market, you know, when they knew it wasn't going to snow. And some of it is just like total crap, and some of it is like knockoff brands, like stuff that's supposed to be Gucci or whatever, perfume or whatever, and you just know it's like junk. And there was this one vendor who had like loads and loads and loads of, I don't know, antique, but old stuff. And some of it was really interesting. And I saw this pair of chairs. They were like kitchen table, metal frame, wheels on the bottom, padded, rust-colored fabric. Really cool. And I just got this, like, I need to get these chairs. I have no reason to have these chairs in my home at all. None. There's no practical purpose to have them here. But I just got vibes out of them. And then one chair, I don't know. This sounds all crazy. But when I say it, it's very not, it's very like, I feel like it's very nonchalant. Like I'm describing like the table next to me. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel when I talk about it. It doesn't seem like, whoa, it just feels very, it just is what it is. So I was doing some stuff around my home, and I didn't have, at the time, I didn't have like a real thing to stand on, like any kind of stool or anything. It was a long time ago. I must have not had very much furniture because I used this rolling chair. But I had it like pretty, it was, you know, I don't have like, I had it on carpet. It's not very rolly. And I was going to do something on it, but it really like moved. And I felt like the chair thought that was great. And I got this vibe that there was some horrible, sorry, chair, horrible old dude who really wanted me to get hurt and even die. It was just like ready to like throw me off and laughing at me, being scared. And I thought this is, you know, and again, I don't know if any of this is real. I have no idea. I'm just saying it. It's like me describing things next to me. It feels very natural. I could be just the great imagination. At any rate. So I was like, wow, this chair is scary. And then I started thinking about the other chair, which is very quiet. And I got this idea in my mind of these were the chairs of an older couple that would sit in their kitchen. There was this guy chair and the woman who was very quiet and like the peaceful grandma. And I realized that the chairs were not in the same space. There was a chair that I was using to like stand on that was in one room. And then there was a chair in a different room that they weren't near each other. So now I have them so that they're near each other at the table. And it's like in my mind, whether it's real or not, it's like in the presence of the woman chair, the man chair is not horrible. It's like needs to be in the presence of the other chair, and then it's fine. And then I saw because I wasn't like investigating the appearance of the chair. It's like these chairs there's something about them, and I got them. And on the one that is the grandma's chair was like written in crayon, like in little kid writing. I have to find it. I don't want to misquote the chair, but it was like, wow, that's really. It was really wild. So now I have this pair of chairs that I don't know what I would ever do with them. I think it would be very difficult to get rid of them. Not difficult, like I would feel like I would be haunted. I would feel bad. I don't know.
Puppies Loot says you sound very intuitive, Annabelle.
Thanks.
And by the way, she had said that she's planning on going to Salem this spring or summer.
Nice. It's a good time to go. Truly, it's not as chaotic, but it's still a strange place. Like all the same stuff is still there. Like all the tourist things are still there. All the walking tours are still there. All the weird like museum things are still there. It's all there. It's just you don't have the mass crowds. There's still tourists that come. Like you can see there's always tourists.
During the October one, it's like really insane.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a once in a lifetime experience to be in Salem for Halloween.
Sure. But you're gonna have a better chance of actually seeing Salem.
Which museums are the best? I personally think the museums are kind of cheesy. The walking tours are awesome, though.
We really had a great time on the walking tour.
There's a lot of. I need to find out. I have a friend that does. Well, it's like a Facebook friend, so it's like someone that I know, but I don't like hang out with, and I'll find out their tour because they're great. Yeah, walking tour for sure. The one, yeah, Neal was saying the one Neal and I did was very, very thoughtful about these quote unquote witches and what happened to them, and very respectful of that history. It wasn't like it didn't feel like it was exploitation at all of history. It felt like very, very respectful of the terrible things that had happened in the history of the area. But it was great. I mean, it's kind of, it's sad, but that's what it is. So there is a really good art museum, which I don't know if it has any relevance to Salem, the Peabody Essex Museum. Sometimes they'll have stuff that's relevant to the area. And depends on the time of the year. There's like lots of little shops. There's there's lots of great dining. There's a lot of music. It's very culturally rich. It's small. It's not like a big city. It's very small, but there's a lot of cultural richness there. So yeah, it's a pretty sweet little town. And there's a lot of cute little towns around it too. Beverly is great. So yeah, there's the little Salem thing. I don't know if this is directed directly to me about getting my shoulder touched. I don't know if I'm trying to think back if I've ever felt anything, and I don't want to.
Here's a photo from the walking tours.
Yeah.
They have these benches that have the different people that were hung as witches, because people actually weren't burned at the stake, but they were hung, and some people were crushed, which sounds really horrible.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but it was a man who was pressed. Mm-hmm. So he was
it was over days.
Yeah, and they just add, there was, I don't know if it was a slab over him. It was some kind of slab, and just add stones to it bit by bit until he died, until he got crushed. It was a really, very sad time in history. Imagine if they had internet. How wildfire it would be for things like that to happen. But that's a whole other rabbit hole. And something they did bring into the tour as well. That was before COVID, before a lot of things, but just the idea of witch hunts and how they happen and what goes on in the brain washing and on and on and on. Yeah, no shoulder touch. Neal, I'm assuming you will not have anything to report about feeling touched by anything.
No, I do not.
You had your tree demon experience.
Yes.
You've been around for the Ouija board thing.
Mm-hmm.
You were telling me some family stuff the other day. Have
Right.
you had any other things happen to you that would even maybe, like there's a lot of maybes, that would maybe be something?
Not to me personally, no.
What about your brother?
I don't think so. I don't know where the hell he is. He should be on here sometimes, but
I miss Troy.
um,
What's on with that?
I was trying to find some pictures of Salem, of us in Salem, but it's hard to find it. Yeah, not that I can think of.
What about your mom?
Yeah, I think a lot of my family from when they were back in Pennsylvania. This has this weird, like, saying, because it's from Time Hop, but this was a cool picture from Salem on Halloween.
That was good. I was an evil dentist. The whole costume is really cool. That was a good one. I don't think I could fit in there anymore. Oh well, it was a long time ago.
Anyway, yeah. No, not really, but it would be fun to talk to people about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who've had different kinds of experiences. I've definitely had experiences. I can't think of any, and I'm putting it out there to anything that's here right now. Please don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. I don't need that experience. I'm not looking for that proof. I don't want that.
All right. Yeah. To the ghost or otherwise.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Or like the Spanish donkey. I love old school medieval torture.
Donkey. Oh my goodness. I can't even. I
remember,
only imagine drawn and quartered, but I don't think that's what that is. What is this donkey?
When I went to medieval times when I was 16, and so I was out in California medieval times, and that was a fun thing. But also part of that, it was only a couple of dollars border. They actually had a torture museum. And it had all these weird torture devices from medieval times, and that was pretty cool.
It's crazy. It's like on the one hand, it's really cool, and on the other hand, it's like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's crazy. But it's like same thing with horror movies. It's like on the one hand, you're watching something that's like, you know, if you distance yourself intellectually.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like Deadgirl. Like we're saying, it's a great movie, but it's also hard to watch, and it's not like you'd be watching and be like, hell yeah, you know. If you would, there's probably something wrong with you.
Yeah, I didn't ask her about that. I was thinking about, has she had any experiences with people, even if it's not directly heard about it, saw about it on the internet or whatever, if people like actually, like, I don't know, looking at it more lightly than people should, like finding it funny or sexy or something like that. Ugh. A razor-studded saddle, they straddle you to, and every day add weights to each side of your foot. Oh my god, and split you in half. Fuck.
Damn.
What is wrong with humans? We're horrible. God.
I remember watching some interviews with people who escaped North Korea.
Yeah.
And like, and this is modern day stuff, and they do a lot of horrible torture to their citizens.
Yeah. Humans are awful. It's funny hearing people say things were better, and it's like, no, they weren't. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry I called you Puppy Salute. I do kind of like Puppy Salute.
Funny. Yeah, I kind of like it as well, I have to say. Puppy Salute. I don't know what a salute is, but yeah, definitely. And I think that there's also just people who some people I think don't even hate. It's like they have this neutrality. They just want to have control and power, and there's like a gross carelessness.
Well, it's sort of like in Deadgirl too. It's like, you know, dehumanization. So it's not even necessarily hate. It's I don't know.
It can be hate,
Yeah,
for sure. But
if people haven't seen it, I'd
AJ.
recommend seeing Deadgirl. By the way,
I'm so thrilled, AJ. I'm glad you're here because earlier in the show, just not right before you got here, really, we were talking about Suburban Screams and that neither of us have seen it. And I read like a little IMDb thing that was really like a very damning and not especially well written review. So I'm very curious about anyone's thoughts about this show. The person that did that review was saying it's like a, how do they put it, Neal? If you recall?
not good.
Yeah, it was like a crime
Tripe.
reenactment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God, they do a different one, but it's a pyramid spike. Yikes.
Imagine the sloop being like a sled that drags puppies. Well, how about that? They're like a bunch of puppies in a sled, like they're all connected, and they go wee, go down the puppy sloop. I miss sledding. I used to go sledding a lot.
Maybe you should go sledding.
I always think about it every time it snows.
Well,
I don't have a
it
sled.
used to be a great sled park at the top of Massachusetts in Amesbury, where you would go. They had like not ski lifts. They had like it was like a toll.
Well, I used to go to, when I was a little kid, I went to Lake Winnipesaukee, which you did actually go up ski lift, but then you went down.
Sledding?
No, you went. This was during the off season, so you'd go up on the ski lift, and instead of skiing, I forget what they called them.
Alpine
but you
slides?
Was it
Alpine slides?
Alpine slide? Yeah, down
Nice.
like concrete slide, and you go in
Yes.
like a toboggan kind of deal, and yeah, that was a good time.
Dude, amazing. The only place that I knew that did that was called Attitash, and it was so awesome. And I don't think they run them anymore. It was really depressing.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do this or not. Lake Winnipesaukee, I don't know if that was it. It was either Maine, New Hampshire, I forget.
That's in New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah,
good. I bought a raccoon skin cap, a real one, and then my cat ripped it apart.
Aww.
She probably had fun. Thought it was
Probably did.
Raccoon.
Probably enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Sledding.
But
Well,
also
remember
sledding.
that. We'll go sledding.
I used to go up in the state forest because there's the roads up there. They don't actually plow in the winter, and so there's two of them, Road M and Road D that we would use. So we renamed them Daredevil Hill and Murder Mountain for M and D, and so they're big hills, but they're roads, so they're completely clear.
Yeah.
And then you got the snow. And it's perfect to go sledding because any other road, obviously they're going to plow.
I wonder if that still exists. Do you think those are still?
They're still there. I don't know if they don't plow them anymore, but yeah, I mean I've been to them not that long ago, on my walks up in the state forest.
Well, I think we should sled.
Yeah, I need a sled.
Sled's fun. They're cheap.
Yeah.
And if you go to a place so the place I was talking about. You get a tube, you rent a tube, and then your tube, you just would hold on to this. It'd be timed so that you would sit in your tube and it would be attached to this thing and it would pull you up the hill. So there'd just be a line of people in their tubes just going up like an escalator, basically. And you get to the top and you pick your lane. And you wait in the line, and then you can go down by yourself, or you can go down like with other people. And it was amazing. It was like you're so high up, and the lanes are really, really wide, and you go down. And one time I went down by myself, and I ended up, sometimes you'll spin so that you're facing the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And so there I am, I'm facing the wrong way. You can't really do anything about it. And I'm watching the scenery like pass in front of me because I'm facing backwards, and all of a sudden I feel something, like I hit something, And then I see this toddler launch over my head because I unintentionally hit a child.
Oh, damn.
Why were they there? They should not have been there. That is so on the parents.
F the, you know, yeah.
Exactly.
I bruised my ribs sledding up the state forest, but that wasn't down the hill, because then when you get a little older, we would just go sledding down in the woods, because it's more dangerous and cool. And then I wrapped around a tree, and I actually thought I was dying, but it was not pleasant.
Oh my God.
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, you must have the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah, then it was, I bruised my ribs, so they were very painful for a long time.
Oh my God. Pepe's telling us more about this torture stuff over here.
He's a torture machine over here.
Right? Very knowledgeable. That whole donkey thing.
Is this just what he does in his spare time? Or?
A big pyramid spike. If you're the male, the spike goes in your butt, and females got it in the cooter. And I haven't heard that in a while, and that makes me laugh. Likes it because the inventor of the Spanish bull, which is like a bull, a big old full-size barbecue pit that they stick a human in and cook them while alive. Oh my God! And when they scream, this continues, when they scream, it sounds like a bull because they're trapped inside. Oh my God.
But what kind of barbecue?
Whoa, it says the inventor of that was the first one in the torture device. Does that mean that person became a victim of their own device? Were they like, you're so evil, let's burn you? Like, I'm curious. It's crazy. Yikes.
It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. Damn. But no, I don't want to make light of this. It's very bad.
It is very bad. Mm-hmm. It's very bad, and what do you do?
But that's karma, though, if you're inventing this horrible thing, and then you end up inside of it.
Crazy. So, AJ went away. AJ, I wanted to know about the Carpenter show.
He's pissed. He's like, what are you guys talking about? It's the greatest show that's ever been made.
Maybe he's writing something up for us to know. Or maybe he's not, and he just went away. But that would be very brief, and I would be bummed out, because AJ was here for like 5 minutes. What else is happening? Horror news. We're not prepared. Bloody disgust.
So, a week, not this, well, this weekend is Severed Limbs. Next weekend is the 12-hour horror movie marathon at Coolidge after midnight. Coolidge after midnight. Horror till the dawn. So it'll be a 12-hour marathon. Midnight till noon. All them witches. And it's, we know 3 of the movies. Blair Witch.
4 of the movies.
Yeah,
Correct.
5 actually.
Really?
If the hints are actual real hints. But we know for sure Blair Witch, Rosemary's Baby, and Suspiria, the original Suspiria.
And then what are the other? One of them was awful, and we were just
The Conjuring, just like a real. That's like too basic for.
Yeah, come on.
I say no. That's just That's like the basic. That's like the most basic movie you could get.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I get that like Rosemary's Baby, people have seen it and stuff, but it's like a masterpiece film, right?
Yeah. Conjuring is like that's like what mainstream people think of as horror movies.
Yeah, this is an opportunity. Like I'm sure there's going to be things sprinkled throughout this that will be more rare, but that is something that is cool about those, is there are some rare things that are rare, or things you might not have had the opportunity to see in theater, like the black and white 13 Ghosts was really cool.
Yeah. You want to know the other one they have a hint to, which is actually a movie I really like?
What?
House of the Devil.
Ooh. Tom Noonan,
Mary Warrenov.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of Mary Warrenov and Tom Noonan. So if that's actually on the show, I'll be very excited because I've never seen it on the big screen either.
No. I like that movie.
I like it a lot. That's what started Ty West, who went on then to make X and
Pearl.
Yeah, he's big time now. But that was honestly actually way back in the early. It wasn't that well. Whenever that movie came out, I remember they sent us an autographed poster, I believe, to give out on the show.
Oh, that's very cool.
So someone out there got one.
I wonder what Tom Noonan's up to.
I don't know. Maybe we can get Tom back on if he's got something new.
Yes. I really enjoyed him. He was a very intense man. He definitely loves film. He loved cinema. That was
Puppy Salute did James Wan's date's makeup at the Conjuring premiere.
Really? Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I guess we can't badmouth the movie now.
Why? She did makeup.
Very much connected.
Did you hear about this alien Romulus thing?
The what?
Alien Romulus. What do we have? Wait, hang on a second.
He says you guys are lucky to have such a rad theater nearby that shows all that stuff. We have one, but all they do is yuppie bullshit. Snooty events.
Snooty events. Oh, I'm so curious about what those are. I don't think we have snooty events, do we?
No, not really. Pepe Potite's birthday is Tuesday.
Oh, well, happy early birthday. I hope you have a good day.
Happy birthday to Pepe. Happy birthday to Pepe. Happy birthday, dear Pepe. Happy birthday to you. I need to learn to play this. Not just strum it. With no chords.
I have one out back somewhere too.
Yeah.
Duets of bad music.
Emotional Chili was the name of our band.
Oh my god. Wow. That's crazy. Good memory, man. Emotional
We
Chili.
bought those for people out there. We bought the well, I bought mine, and then I think Amber got hers a little bit later when we were in Woodstock.
Yes. I'm so glad you did that. I'm always pushing things on you, but I think at the end of the day, you were happy.
Oh yeah.
I'm very peer pressure. Suburban Screams from AJ did have reenactments, but they weren't horrible. Some of the episodes were actually scary. All right. I want to know for sure. Like Neal was saying, I don't even know what John Carpenter's involvement is, if it's just his name on the label. I don't know. Alien Romulus. Yeah.
That's more than 2 years ago, but
it's definitely more than 2 years ago.
It's a cool picture.
It is. Alien Romulus, the upcoming addition to the classic horror sci-fi alien film franchise, wrapped production over the summer, and now director Fede Alvarez has given fans some insight into the way he approached the project. There's a social media post that shows the Don't Breathe and Evil Dead filmmaker drew on extensive alien-related research volumes, including comic books and video games that influence his approach to the 20th century studio movie. He does have H.R. Giger. Sorry, it's old habits die hard. Some H.R. Giger
poster's cool.
Different arts. Yeah, so he's got a diverse. I'm sure he's seen the movies. Like that would be just silly.
I refuse to
Marvel aliens, all kinds of stuff.
I like his Evil Dead remake. I think Don't Breathe is a good movie.
So it's slated for an August 16th, 2024 theatrical release. It was written by Rodo Sayagüez and stars Kaylee Spaney, Isabella Merced, David Johnson, Archie Renault, Spike Fern, and Eileen Wu. If I did not pronounce those correctly, I apologize. Ridley Scott, who helmed the original 1979 Alien, is producing the feature. I think that's meaningful.
I'm down.
The film plot is under wraps at this point, but reported that the storyline follows a group of young people on a distant world who find themselves in a confrontation with the most terrifying life form in the universe. There we go. So I would do that. Cool. Cool and not cool. It's like I just scrolled down and I saw this thing about the actors' strike. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so then I just wonder about that. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully that's over, and not just over, but hopefully people get what they're wanting.
Yeah, because I'm seeing Alien TV series shuts down thanks to actors' strike. That was in August of this year. That if FX Alien TV had started production in Thailand despite SAG-AFTRA strike, but then the picket lines were honored and they stopped. I don't know. It's a good time to be into indie cinema, though, because there's all this stuff going on.
Tons of good stuff.
Be disheartened because there's some really, really great stuff out there. I mean, just
so often I see people say, "Oh, there's no good horror movies," and all they ever do is like mention like some like all this Halloween remake or
Yeah.
And it's like, well, don't watch that stuff. There's all kinds of other stuff you could watch. And they say there's nothing original. Look, I get they do a lot of remakes and sequels to movies. But there are tons of original movies out there.
And not even like, I know there's a lot of complaints about A24 stuff, and that's not all there is. It's not like here's your choice.
I think a lot of that stuff's good anyway, but yeah.
Halloween remake. I like A24, but I know there are a lot of people who don't like it. There is so much stuff out there, which can make it hard to find for sure. Because like Neal said, not all the festival stuff makes it to the mainstream.
Right. But a lot of it is more accessible than it's probably more accessible now than it's ever been, with Tubi and Shudder and
yes,
even a lot of that stuff gets at least some of it gets to the theater. A lot of stuff would never even get to the theater not that long ago. Oh yeah,
The Sadness.
I'm a big fan.
Yes.
That's a pretty graphic film. When I had the director on, he didn't seem to think it was graphic at all, but I don't know what's up with that dude, but yeah. I like it. One of my favorite movies of that year.
This is an Asian movie, but it was directed by a not Asian person, right?
Right. Yeah, it was weird because I assumed because the movie's Korean and
Taiwanese.
Taiwan, there we go. And he's a white guy from Canada, which is fine, but it was not what I expected.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, it was
and the villain's awesome in it. Well, there's a few villains, but like the main infected guy.
Yeah, who's it? Su Xiang Wang plays
creepy
businessman.
A creepy man. All right. Well, we'll be back next week too. I'm trying to get a witch guest on.
Oh, cool. Any motion there?
Not as of yet. I sent out some feelers, some emails. If I knew for sure House of the Devil was playing, I would try to get Mary Warrenov on. I'm a big fan, or anyone from the movie. But the only time I ever talked, well, I talked to her a couple of times, but the only time I like a video, or whatever, it was Rock and Roll. What is the movie? Rock and Roll High School Reunion, and she was great. I've always been a fan of hers, and she's not in a lot of stuff anymore, but I think she'd be an awesome guest on the show if she would even do it.
Very nice.
But I would like to try to get someone from the original Suspiria on the show. Although I think with the time difference it might be tough.
Nah, they love it. They're thrilled. They're good to go. They'll be here.
Right.
Those people they travel around all the time. They can do it. They got it. They got it.
Stay up to 1 a.m. and do it.
Yes, absolutely. Have you seen Audition? Pepe is asking about Audition. I have seen it.
I have not. I have to admit.
Really?
I have not seen a lot of Asian horror movies.
There's some real good stuff out there. I will have to admit, though, I've heard about Audition for a bajillion years, and always told it's so great, you'll love it, and I didn't watch it until my most recent intense period of time where I was just slamming down as much Asian horror into my eyeballs as possible. It's just, yeah, I was just like, that was that thing at that moment, and it was quite excellent.
I'll have to check it out.
Korean horror series is. You gotta watch that Hair movie, man. It's the best. X-Day. I love that. You will love the villain so much. He's a weirdo.
Oh! I was thinking the old the old musical. I was like, why are you talking about that? Hair, you know. Long as I can grow it, my hair. No,
not that. That's a great musical.
Yeah, I'm a fan of musicals, but yeah. No, I remember you telling me this now. It sounded very creepy.
Yes. And funny. It's got it all. It's got the woman from Kill Bill. I can't remember what they call her, but it's the super badass Asian.
Okay.
And the kids in the
yeah. Okay, I'll check this out.
It's just fantastic movie. It is. There's so many different levels. For people that didn't hear it, the name of the film, it's Japanese, is Exte. It's EXTE. There is another hair extension Asian movie. They're not the same movie. They're not. They're not. It's not even close. But it's sad because if you try to find it, you might find that other one.
Okay.
EXTE.
Actually, a fan of the show sent me this. I haven't watched it yet. Violence Jack.
What is that?
It's like some kind of horror anime.
Let's see.
Violence Jack. Kill or be killed. Yeah, I'm not. I hate to say this, Golgo 13 out there, but I'm not a big anime fan. But I will check this out since you sent it. Maybe it will change my mind.
It's very hit or miss.
Violence Jack. Oh wow, it's really long.
Oh.
It's like 3 hours. Maybe it's a show or something. I don't know. I'll check it out though. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also, someone sent me money to rent some stupid ass movie.
What?
The Water Boy. Like, I don't want to watch the fucking Water Boy.
Sandler movie?
Yeah.
What? I'm really confused. Someone sent you money to watch The Water Boy.
Yeah, they sent me $10 to go and rent and watch The Water Boy.
This can't be named, this person?
Yeah, John Brown. John Brown sent me $10. I like John Brown, but I don't know why he thinks I really need to see The Water Boy.
He's a without your head or an in your head person?
He both shows.
All right. October 18th, one day ago, was an article that Freddy Krueger's iconic glove.
Does that seem like something I want to watch, The Water Boy, or relevant to anything I do?
You hate Adam Sandler. Well, he's from New England, just like you. So
yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry to interrupt what you're saying.
No, you're fine. You were still talking about The Water Boy, so I think maybe I interrupted you. And for that, I apologize.
What's wrong with The Water Boy? Nothing. I don't know. I've never seen it. I just don't really have any intention to watch it. That's all.
I did like Hubie Halloween. Very cute. It was an Adam Sandler, but it's definitely an Adam Sandler comedy. There's no question. But I really liked it. It was adorable.
I probably wouldn't. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm not out there telling people don't watch it. I just...
Yeah, you are. Come on now.
No, I try not to talk people out of liking what they like. But if I know it's not for me, I'm probably just going to avoid it. I don't go see Transformers. I don't go see Fast and Furious movies. because I know they're not for me. But I don't sit around and tell other people not to watch them.
That's how I feel about comic movies.
Farusa, how do you say your name?
Farusa
Balk.
Farusa.
Is Bay in that movie?
She's beautiful.
Love the rage that comes out when.
Right? He
Adam
gets so
Sandler.
bent about Adam Sandler.
Fucking Adam Sandler.
See, look, why is this so bad? There's some kind of like deep youth experience of Adam Sandler. You're rubbing your eyes like crazy. There's some kind of like tick going on right now.
Jeez, of all the things, what? Why would anyone? I'm talking about the sadness and Deadgirl and all these crazy ass movies. And they're like, oh, I know. He would really like to watch The Waterboy.
Well, you say all the time how you like all kinds of movies.
Yeah, Taxi Driver and Goodfellas. Not The Waterboy.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh man, now even Puppy Sloot, she's gonna turn on me. She's like, God, that's my favorite role of hers in Waterboy for some.
I have seen multiple Adam Sandler movies, but I have actually not seen The Waterboy.
Don't tell John Brown. He's gonna be like, here's the money. Go see what? Now I have to go see it. Or what? Do I have to send him back the $10?
You can give me the $10 and I'll watch it.
We could probably both buy it for what? It's probably just streaming everywhere. It's like a 40-year-old movie. What?
Maybe that can be our new challenge movie. We'll both see Waterboy and talk about it. Just like Smurfs and what was the other? We saw Trolls or something, right?
No, I don't know. We did see Smurfs. That's a weird review out there because we're like all hopped up on something.
Alcohol.
I won't say.
I don't get high, Sloop. I'm start calling you Sloop. I don't get high like that, my friend. It's not effective, and I gave up. There's only so many times you can try, so many ways you can try. I'm like, I'm done trying this. I don't need this. I can do that. I'll give you that. I can get high on life and watch it. There's a lot of things. Neal and I used to talk about this that, like, I don't know what's up with our brains, but we can enjoy a lot of stuff. Other people like, you need to be high to see it. So, like Brazil, great movie. Totally do not need to be high to watch it.
Yeah, I'm like Mr. Straight Edge now.
Not a safe combination. But you do you.
Here we are after watching Smurfs.
That was in Southie at my Dunkin' Donuts.
We were out for like 2 days, I think, that day.
What did I have to write on my face?
We both put
we were being rude.
Fail.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything too bad.
No.
I don't know I don't know why we wore white hoodies though. I don't remember what the reference was.
Was it Smurfs?
I don't think Smurfs.
Oh no, there was some political campaign going on, and we were making.
Oh yeah, it was everyone took those photos.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, we were being trolls.
What? Me a
we
troll?
Were. That was a definite troll. It was. What's happening? What? Look at that nice hat you've got there.
That's a nice photo.
Yeah.
I forget where that was.
That was at the Mexican place in Beverly. It's
okay.
where the I don't think they were there that day. It was the place where they did the mariachi band. I don't think they mariachi'd at that time.
No, we have a video where they're doing the mariachi though.
Yeah.
I think we used it actually in the.
It's very true.
Oh my God, Brazil's literally the world now. Yeah, that's pretty much right.
The movie's so great.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Evil.
Captain Smurfs. What is going on over here? What is this? Ernest Scared Stupid is really cute. I saw that in the theater. If that means anything to anybody. It was a long time ago, but I liked it. Do you watch Ernest P. Worrell, Neal?
I know who he is, but I've
Jim
never
Varney?
seen it. I've never seen an Ernest movie either.
You haven't?
I've seen Adam Sandler movies. I've never seen an Ernest movie.
Ernest is something I don't know if you can start as an adult.
I don't need to. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's funny and he's hilarious, but I don't need I've got enough. I got enough. I'm sure, Ernest has enough fans out there to keep him going.
John Howard.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably has the Criterion collection of all the Ernest movies right next to his box.
You're being John Howard and his
right next to his
Major
box
Dad.
set of, right next to his box set of Police Academy.
Major Dad.
Major Dad.
Major Dad.
Have you ever seen Ernest do Shakespeare?
No. Is he Jim Varney when he's doing it, or is he playing the role of Ernest? He's really funny. He's great.
No, Wacko Bob. Or Backwoods Bob, sorry.
What was it called? It was called, I gotta look this up. It was like, I thought I was having like some kind of fever dream moment. I will sometimes put Tubi on to fall asleep to, and Tubi will just take whatever you're watching and guess what you might like next.
AI.
What?
That's AI.
Is it? Well, AI brought me to Frankenstein General Hospital.
Now, fuck Waterboy. I'll watch Frankenstein General Hospital.
Frankenstein General Hospital. I was intrigued. The Mad Doctor puts together a new body by using body parts he steals at the mortuary. That's nothing abnormal. All right, I'm going to send you a picture of Frankenstein. And this is it's kind of a pretty great picture here.
He's Jim Varney doing it. And at Royal Shakespeare Company Good.
Why can't I get a picture of
That's
this?
from Puppy Sloot.
Sloot. I guess that's a question, is can I say sloot? It's a very different thing than puppy sloot. But I like sloot.
I like it too.
Yeah, it's unique. Puppy's loot is also unique. I wonder where does Puppy's loot come from? Now I want to know Puppy's loot story. Let's see if I can.
She has a puppy named Tweak. It must be his loot. Her loot.
I'm gonna send you this Frankenstein.
Frankenstein General Hospital. Now that's a movie that people want to see.
Yeah. Made it up for some reason. People get freaked out. Why? What do they think that means?
Some issues here with Facebook. I get a notification you sent me some, but nothing comes up.
What? You not have an image that came through?
No, just the last thing I have is the face coming through the elastic. I'm having a lot of issues with it in general right now, so I don't think it's just your.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. Facebook's been problematic for me lately.
Yeah. It was really bad on my other computer. You guys are so nice.
Aww. People get offended by Puppy's loot? I don't know if that means some secret expression that I'm unaware of. But it seems pretty fun.
I'd say you slap them around.
A pouty pit bull puppy with the whole Puppy's loot thing, and people take it. How do they take it wrong? Puppy's loot? What is it supposed to mean? I'm sitting here trying to think. Now, there's a bunch of, I know, silly people in the chat. I don't know.
Well, I say screw those people.
Yep. Oh, well, those people are dumb. That's clearly not how you spell that. People think it's like puppy slut.
Oh, my
Those
lord.
people are dumbasses.
So it's people don't know how to spell?
I guess sometimes when things like that happen, though, and people act stupid like that, then you know to weed them out and just be like, goodbye. I just made a hand gesture as if you can see me.
Yeah,
it was a goodbye gesture.
I was going to flick him away.
Oh. That would be cool. It would be very nice to get together. Sloot would like to meet us for dinner sometime.
Let's do it. Do it. Do it.
I can't believe you don't have this Frankenstein. He's cute.
Frankenstein was a friend of mine. I probably have it on my phone. Yeah, my phone's working.
Oh. Is that going to be effective?
I don't know. Oh my god! Oh, this is a former guest of the show.
Yeah. See? Pretty great, right?
Yeah, I guess that works fine, doesn't it?
Yeah. So now you know. It's very weird. It goes between color and black and white, and I only was able to see because I had to get ready for work. I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm very curious because I apparently judging from the photos I'm seeing on IMDb, I was in very, very early. So yeah, it's weird.
Coming for us. Thank you for the kind vibes. Of course, yeah. Well, there's lots of good food. When you're out in Salem, that would be a good time to.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger's iconic glove from Nightmare on Elm Street on sale. I thought Prop Store died, didn't it?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, Prop Store has it.
Someone wanting to buy a gift here. I'll put it right up here.
Where is it? Current bid is already a staggering $100,000, and it's only expected to rise until the auction's closure on November 9th. Those eager to catch a glimpse or place a bid can visit Prop Store's website, which is propstoreauction.com. What are you doing, man? This is really interesting. All catalog items. I wonder what other kinds of crazy shit they're auctioning.
I don't know why I have so many bizarre things that's sitting around here.
Baby What Puppet from Addams Family Values.
Oh, really?
Yes. Starting bid is £2,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know VC Dupree recently sold his head that gets knocked off by Kane Hodder, Jason Voorhees.
Alien editor Terry Rawlings heavily annotated script. That would be pretty cool to see all the thoughts that this person put into. Like, I would think that would be fascinating. Would I pay £8,000? Probably not. The estimate, and it's not gone yet. The estimated value is between £8,000 and £16,000. Nifty stuff, though.
Well, I won't be buying any of this, but for people out there into this, it is pretty. But it's all one of a kind stuff.
There's a lot of alien stuff.
I wonder who owned all the alien stuff that they're getting rid of it.
Yeah, because it's a lot. Alien versus Predator, model miniature. There's all kinds of things. Chestburster with detachable tail from the 2004 Alien vs. Predator. It's crazy.
See no evil, hear no evil, say no evil here from Pepe.
This is so interesting. So this is 72 pages worth of prop stuff. And each page probably has like 20 things on it. It's in alphabetical order. Oh, they've got a Throw Mama from the Train.
Hell yeah. Now that's a good one. Now that's a comedy I'll watch.
Dream Sequence Mama Bowling Pin. Now that is a thing. I can get behind that. That's a great movie. Great movie. Thunderbirds. My God, there's so much crazy shit here. I wish we could show it on the screen and scroll it. Titanic Life Vest.
What's the website?
propstoreauction.com.
Prop store auction.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Pair of Ewok hands. This seems really cheap. 600 pounds currently for Ewok hands. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not going to buy it, but that's pretty sweet to me.
All right. Show me where you want me to go here.
Oh, I don't know. Go down to the what kind of thing do you want to find? Thunderbirds are creepy puppets. Yes, Pepe. I did not like that show. I only had that show on as a kid when I got up too early for Saturday morning cartoons and had to watch something.
The hell is this?
Scary doll? That's not a scary doll. Where's the scary doll?
No, I clicked it and this stupid shit came up. Yeah, look at this.
Yikes. Yee.
Second chance offers.
Well, think of a movie you'd actually want anything from.
Oh, you got aliens. Who is this dude? Look at this guy.
Where?
Oh.
There's a Chucky down there.
From Back to the Future. Old Biff. What is it? The old man. 10 grand for that. Look at this though. Here's the head from the thing.
I think I'm not seeing what you're looking at. Are you mousing over it?
Yeah, it's just not. It's not working.
Oh, it was working, so I don't know what happened. Oh, that's too bad.
They might have something on there so you can't.
Oh.
I know, like some sites you can't take screenshots of videos and stuff.
Let's see. Maniac. We've got The Shining. Kubrick's hand annotated shooting script. How much do you think that's going for in pounds?
I don't know. How much is it?
The estimate value is between 30 and 60,000.
Damn, I actually would not have guessed that.
Really? For The Shining?
I know, but it's a script, you said.
I know, but it's his hand
annotated
script. It's the one he used. He held. He cradled.
I should have saved my End Zone 2 script that I wrote on. Threw it away.
Why would you do that? You're crazy.
It was this paper that I printed out.
Crazy. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, folks. I mean,
I'm getting very tired, I have to admit. I've been up, and I know you were up very early too, but I've been up early, so I don't want to be a pain. But we'll be back next week, and Severed Limbs is this Sunday.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
I would like to think it will be.
And there's a whole bunch of cool videos you can watch of us from Brooklyn Horror Film Festival, interviews, and us talking about the movies.
Oh, do they have Dr. Hill's head from Reanimator? I'm going to take a quick look. That would be so sweet. If they have anything from Reanimator, I'd be very surprised.
I don't know. Brian Usna maybe selling some stuff to make a board game.
Dr. Carl, that's not available anymore, but it was Dr. Carl Hill's severed head.
Oh my God.
Winning bid was what? I have to log in. I don't fucking think so. I ain't doing that. View details. See. It was sold in November 3rd, 2022. Jesus, I have to log in to see the winning bid. But there is an estimate of value. What do y'all think the value in pounds of Carl Hill's severed head?
10,000 pounds.
I'm hoping Dave will say. You said Severed Limbs is 5 p.m. EST, right?
Yes, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Dave, what do you
That's
think?
2 p.m. for Puppy Sloot. She's on the West Coast.
Well, I don't know if Dave has a number in mind, but you
How
are
much were you willing to pay, Dave Deadmans?
well. Neal dramatically underbid because
Damn.
the estimate is between
Holy
$20,000
shit.
and £30,000 for that head.
Damn. Give me
Yeah.
the head.
It's crazy.
Give me the head of Dr. Hill.
It's crazy.
You can recreate the greatest, maybe my favorite sex scene in horror film history.
Oh my god. His head is terrible.
It's fantastic.
Oh, jeez. It's pretty funny to see it as a prop. But at any rate, all right, so we'll let you all go. Been good to be here. Sorry I'm
Yeah, I had a great time. It really was a very fun show. Puppy Sloot says, great show tonight.
Thank you all so much. It was lovely to have everyone here.
Yeah. She said you were very cute tonight.
Oh, it's helpful to be still. Didn't have a picture of my choosing.
Good night, everyone. Pepe Petit. Thank you. Not.
Well, it
would
still
break
exists
this.
somewhere. We just need to track it down, Dave.
Why is he not a fan of British pounds currency? It's strange.
I don't know.
What does everyone want? Oh yes, that's what. Al Snow would come out. He'd have head, and he'd say, "What does everyone want?" And everyone would yell head and shake their head.
Oh my god.
What does everyone need?
Oh.
But I have this styrofoam head actually over here because I keep this mask on it.
Neal's like, I want to go to bed. Let me show you all my things.
Well, just explaining why this is there.
What is that?
The Ultimo Dragon mask.
Oh my. Oh my dear. Oh.
It's pretty rocking. Maybe I could wear this
Do
for
most
Halloween.
luchadors not have facial hair?
Some do, but Ultimo Dragon is actually from Japan.
Oh.
And
What?
his name comes from he was the final dragon because he was the final person in the Bruce Lee dojo.
Really? Wow. That's cool and sad.
Alrighty. So, no, I really did have a good time. We had a great weekend, amazing weekend. Jenny, great guest here on the show, Jenny Spain. Really fun talking with everyone here in the chat. I'm glad people come out and have fun with us. And we will be back this Sunday. Severed Limbs. Come and watch it with everybody. It'll be a good time. Annabelle can make it this time. I'll try to keep it on Sundays and we can all enjoy it.
Yes, it's very cool.
And we'll be back next week. We've got Motel Transylvania will be playing us out. And we'll be working on getting our new Music of the Month for November. I think Annabelle's working on that.
Oh, yeah, I have to do that. Remind me. Or I'll give you their information one way or the other.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah. So.
Until next week, this is Nasty Neal.
This is Annabelle Lecter.
And this was Without
Your Head.